podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the voice of the people. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Sky's the limit, baby.
BoxingVoice.com.
We don't fight for rings and stuff like that. I don't fear anyone.
En este deporte no se viene a jugar y no le tengo miedo a nadie.
We don't come to play in this sport. I fear no one in this sport.
Does that mean that you will fight Triple G later this year?
Como lo dije en la pelea pasada, ahorita mismo me vuelvo a poner los guantes.
As I said in the last fight, right now I'll put on the gloves again.
¡Viva México!
Canelo wants to unify all the titles.
When did you realize, Andy, that you could take his power?
Because of the Mexican warrior that I am, I got that Mexican blood in me. So, talking about the Mexican style, I just proved it.
BoxingVoice.com.
Ain't no other sight in the game can see the Boxing Voice.
Good morning, TBV, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another glorious Tuesday morning edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. It is Fight Week, New York City. Devin Haney, I don't know how to pronounce that dude's name, Abdul something, but Fight Week nonetheless. We got Tyson Fury out there, and we're getting closer and closer to this pay-per-view event. And I believe that the world is becoming more and more aware of this pay-per-view event for September 28th on Fox between the undefeated Errol Spence, 25-0 with 21 KOs, I believe. And then you got Shawn Porter. Not quite sure how many wins and losses, but he's somewhere in the 30 wins with 17 knockouts in that ratio. But I'm liking everything that I'm hearing from Shawn Porter. And what that means is that we're here to discuss the fact that he's had some serious sparring, and now he's enlisting some even better sparring. We'll give you all the details as to who, but if you're watching us on YouTube, you pretty much know who's the next guy up to spar Shawn Porter to get him prepared for the southpaw Errol Spence Jr. But the first one was David Benavidez, the 168-pound former WBC champion. So that green blood runs thick between all WBC champions, and they're out here helping each other. Speaking of helping each other, I just want to put this out there. I just want to be the guy that brings you the gossip. Remember that Andrade didn't really have anything nice to say about Errol. He's mocked him on his social media. He's invited him to fight. So does he want to help Porter, or does he want to ensure a loss for Errol? I'm your host, Nestor Gibbs. You already know. Nestor, I messed up, yeah, look, mornings are rough. Nest GTO, Instagram and Twitter, but let's get it out here. What you're all waiting for, the man you've been wanting to see.
PBC Production.
I speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it.
BoxingVoice.com.
So, when I stop him, y'all gonna say he was too weak. He stayed out before he said it.
A man stand up for what he believe in, and when you stand up for what you believe in, you accept whatever consequences come behind it.
BoxingVoice.com.
Yo, what up, and good morning to everybody out there in TBV universe. Back with another one, and yeah, man, Shawn Porter out here. What the fuck is Shawn doing? You know what I'm saying? Look, I know David Benavidez was like 6'2". Demetrius Andrade is 6'1". I know that it's a little bit taller than Errol, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying, there is a reach advantage that both those guys have that could emulate Errol Spence a little bit in sparring. But I think the better work is going to come from Demetrius Andrade being a southpaw and being a highly decorated amateur, so we know that he has skills to boot. But before we get into it, we'll pass it out to Doomy, or my guy, Big Supermix. What's going on, homie?
I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and most vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lynch is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody like me. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. Get up,
BoxingVoice.com.
Yeah. Good morning. Alex Doomsday Line is back with Mike the Grouse Boss. captain of the boat, and that's the Gibbs. All of you who are going to work, sitting in traffic right now, turn us up. If you're coming back from work, my brave souls that work that overnight shift, turn us up, man. Let's bring a little boxing talk and a little joy into this morning. Yeah, man, we got Shawn Porter, man, with the right type of set of mind right now. The preparation that he's going through right now, I think he's taking all the right steps in order to prepare himself for the likes of Errol Spence Jr. These guys are pretty big, the guys that he's been sparring. He got, Andrade coming in on Washington, D.C. He's going to meet up with him, going to be training with him for 2 weeks. You got David Benavidez that he sparred with. So these are guys that are pretty big and obviously out of his weight division. We've always known that Errol Spence has been the weight bully, blows up or whatnot to whatever weight he is. So he even though he turns down and he makes the weight, he's still a strong, big welterweight. So it's a good preparation. I know Ken Porter, he's a scientist in that ring. I know that he's the Wizard of Oz, so to speak, kind of guy pulling the levers, making sure that his son's going to be ready for this fight. What you guys think about this, though, man? David Benavidez, man, sparring, the likes of him.
BoxingVoice.com.
Oloki, you are next, my friend. Por eso lo vuelvo a repetir. La era del Canelo es la mejor porque peleó con los mejores. La suerte es para los mediocres, my friend.
BoxingVoice.com.
Yo, good morning. This is the big Super Mix here jumping on. Coming to get on today and talk about this Andrade helping get Shawn Porter ready for Errol Spence. See what that entails. They've got and then also Shawn Porter's been sparring with David Benavidez. So I think he's getting the perfect mix of boxing and power to get him ready for September 28th.
Yeah, man. The Benavidez thing for me was a bit crazy. I'm like, orthodox fighter, super big. What is he really going to get out of that? And I said, all right, well, you could take in, the bigger man leaning on you. You could take the punches, and it could be some sort of test preparation for Errol Spence if he's a big puncher. Errol says he starts camp at 177, so Benavidez, a 168-pounder, not in full fight weight, right? He's not weighing in at 168 right now, so, he's a little heavier. So I think, in a way, each individual sparring is going to help Porter prepare for Errol Spence. Because you got to remember, man, I've interviewed so many trainers, and the thing they say, it's impossible to find one guy to mimic Errol. And I'm not saying that's what they say. They say that about whatever opponent they're preparing for. Like, if you're preparing for Luis Ortiz, how do you mimic Luis Ortiz? You don't. You find 3, 4, 5, even 6 guys to make a Luis Ortiz. You know what I mean? So I think that's what Ken Porter is doing.
I just hope that we don't see Shawn Porter going out there and trying to be the Shawn Porter that we've seen against Ugas and Denny Garcia. I know that Shawn Porter is going to be on the shorter side and have the shorter reach advantage, but at the same time, I think the best way that he can make this a competitive fight is if he kind of mucks it up a little bit. And I'm kind of concerned when I see a guy like David Benavidez, like, how close are you going to get to David? Because I know David's a pretty good boxer, and he can fight at range when he needs to. And Demetrius Andrade, like, how close are you going to be able to cut that guard down? So I hope Shawn Porter is out there working on trying to get on the inside and not trying to go out there and like throw a jab for jab with David Benavidez or a jab for jab with Demetrius Andrade. Make it a little dirty, make it a little rough, and get prepared for September 28th.
It's funny that you talked about the footwork. In the article, he mentioned that. He said, I needed to try different angles and coming in on the inside versus a bigger guy. So he feels like this preparation is going to get him ready for that, Porter fight. My belt's right here. They're falling off my shoulder.
Yeah, man. He's shining over there. Look at that. WBA? That's the Border Wars belts right there, Jay.
Yeah. Because Border Wars is Saturday, so I'm just, it's they weighing down on me.
Mendoza sent you a belt.
They weighing down on me, man. I mean, Mendoza got tired of all the motherfucking death threats I was giving them, B. So they weighing down on me, man. They weighing down, but
I'm pretty sure though.
Everybody, all the sanctioning bodies want to be part of Border Wars. If they not, they not official. Like they gotta get down or lay down.
They gotta, going back to what Mike was saying about Shawn Porter, being able to cut through the guard and trying to put pressure on him. Footwork is the main thing. I think that Shawn Porter's footwork. I know we were a little kind of like not taken back, but I know a lot of us wanted to see the same old aggressive Shawn Porter, last fight. He showed us a few wrinkles. He was boxing a lot more. He wasn't his usual self with the forward pressure. I don't know exactly if that forward pressure would work for him against Errol Spence Jr. I mean, that's what Errol thrives on. He wants you to be in his face. I think the footwork, however, that he's working on was going to make the difference. You're still going to see him put that forward pressure. He's just going to use more angles. He's going to try to offset Errol Spence Jr.'s footing, by using these angles and footwork. But you
get back to something that Ness said earlier. Big ups to Fox, you know what I'm saying? They are really starting to push this pay-per-view. I'm starting to feel it. I've been seeing a lot of commercials on Fox. I've seen Errol Spence go and talk to Jerry Jones the Sunday during the Dallas Cowboys game. That was a good look, you know what I'm saying? Cowboys beat the shit out of the Giants. Errol seemed having fun. The crowd seemed like they knew who he was, and it seemed like that he got a lot of backing from Dallas. Just scratched my head like, why the fight not in Dallas? You know what I'm saying? I'm not getting it.
And
I
to your
don't think
point,
they
Mike,
paid enough, man. I don't think they paid enough. That's just what it boils down to, man. Look, we're getting Andy Ruiz and Joshua in Saudi Arabia, so it's not hard to understand why this fight is in the Staples Center. Is it the Staples Center, right? In LA? I know it's in LA.
Staples Center, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, LA Staples Center.
What you were saying, Big Super Mix?
What I was gonna say is, to your point, honestly, I really felt like the promotion was lackluster for the fight up until the face-to-face came out.
Yes.
When the face-to-face came out, that really turned it up, because you seen Errol getting right under Shawn Porter's skin. Shawn Porter was trying his comebacks, but Errol just kind of was so smooth with each little dig at Shawn, and you could tell he really got under his skin and made it personal. And I think, taking that back to Ken Porter's going to be, it's like they call it in football. They gave you, blackboard material. He's telling you ain't going to be able to keep up with him. You can't outbox him. You can't hurt him. So, but like Doomy said, I do think coming forward, that's a tailor-made style for Errol Spence. So his best bet is to try to box at angles.
Because listen, man, Earl is used to being the bully. So why not collide? Isn't that like history shows us that the bully?
Trying to go head up with a bull, bro?
I'm just saying, Doomy, doesn't history teach us that the bully backs down when the dude stands up?
You're right. Right, history has told us that. I mean, we could just quickly go into an iconic fight in Mike Tyson and Buster Douglas. That was a huge example of standing up to the bully. I'm not saying that the forward pressure is not going to work. It's just he's going to have to show angles. I think that it's going to be an in and out. And then, like I said, we can opinionate on what's going on. But it could turn out that Shawn Porter might put enough pressure, might have enough strength and power to push Errol Spence Jr. back. I just don't see Shawn staying there too long because of Errol Spence Jr.'s devastating punching power. I don't think Kenny would want his son to be in there. Is it devastating?
I mean, 4 people didn't get knocked out, so I mean, it's not like he knocking everybody out. We can't call it devastating.
And even when he beat up Carol Brook, it was accumulation punches. Even when he stopped Lamont Peterson, it was accumulation punches. He didn't stop Lamont like Sergey Lipinets did. Lipinets shit knocked his ass out. Errol Spence battered him, bruised him, beat him down. Same way he did to Carol Brook. So
yeah, Lamont wasn't the same fighter after Errol Spence got him.
Boy, that should have been even worse, right? If Carol Brook wasn't the same fighter, he should have got him out of there easier.
No, I mean Lamont. After he fought Lamont went ahead and fought Lipinets. He wasn't the same, man. He wasn't the same. That's what I'm saying. Like if you're gonna sit there, and take these punches, it's gonna be a short knife for you. I mean, I've seen Shawn take punches from all the top fighters, but if we're gonna go ahead and keep calling Errol Spence Jr. that boogeyman in that division, that puncher. I personally would recommend him not to just keep going forward and forward and forward like he's done in his past fights. He's gonna have to use angles, and he's not gonna be able to. He shouldn't stay in the fire all night.
I think that's the only way he's going to have a good chance of getting the job done was getting his hand or getting himself in the fire, you know what I'm saying, coming forward with pressure. I know Errol Spence is a good puncher, does good body work, but at the same time, I don't think that you can go out there and try to outbox Errol Spence. I think you're playing right into his wheelhouse. And I want to go back to something real quick about Demetrius Andrade. Demetrius Andrade does not like Jamel Charlo, or Errol Spence. Yep. They have bad blood with each other, so I think Demetrius Andrade is gonna push Shawn Porter and really try to give him some of the best sparring that he can to try to upset the apple cart. Because don't forget that Andrade called out Errol Spence maybe a couple months ago or earlier this year. So I'm sure Andrade is gonna give Porter a great look. I just hope Porter game plan is not try to go out there and outbox or out jab or try to pick his punches better than Errol Spence. I think the best Porter that has a chance of beating Errol Spence, the Porter we've seen against Keith Thurman. All in your face, all muck it up, and just make it a tough, hard, gritty fight.
Let's try to get a grip then, right? Let's try to get a grip of for what Shawn Porter's trying to do. Let's lean over to the other side of the fence for Errol Spence Jr. I mean, he has to be preparing for the usual, forward pressure, Shawn Porter.
I mean, that's not what Shawn used with the Ugas fight, though.
True, that was his last. But even in the lead up to this fight right now, Errol's telling him you're gonna try to do what you did last time. It's not gonna work.
I think that the pressure's on Errol. To be honest with you, I watched something else. They did I think it's called 5 Quick Hits. Maybe something like that, like quick hits or something with Errol Spence. And even in that, he's like, this fight's not going a distance. He has no respect for Shawn, and he think he knocking him out. And that's going to be pressure on him. That's going to be pressure on him to try to knock him out.
I mean, Errol Spence,
he was
go ahead, Mike.
Stop Mikey and shit, too, so I don't know, man. Errol always says he's going to stop somebody.
But with Porter, going back to his style, he does kind of tend to walk into punches open. If you remember, Adrian Broner dropped him in the 12th round with the left hook. He kind of just left himself open. So the question is, if Errol Spence hits you with that left hook, will he be able to come back up like he did against AB?
Do you think that knockdown was like a flash knockdown, or is that like a legitimate night? Because we've seen him in there with Danny, somebody who I feel has a better left hook than AB, and he didn't go down.
Well, the thing is, he kind of walked in wide open, walked straight into it, and just it was like they say, the shot that you're not looking for. Because if I remember back when he gets down, he's sitting on the ground, he looks at his dad, almost like he was confused as to what just happened.
Yeah, I mean it was a flash knockdown, bro. He wasn't expecting it. I don't think, I remember because I was in his locker room before and after the fight. I remember asking him about that and them just saying they lost focus for a quick second, and that's what happens,
Do we think that Shawn Porter's getting the short end of the promotional stick?
And how so? What do you mean by that?
I mean, we see Jerry Jones, we see Errol Spence with Jerry Jones on the Cowboys field, you know what I'm saying, on the sideline, parking lot pimping and shit, you know.
You know what it is though, Mike? He built, Errol Spence built that relationship there. He's a hometown hero now. So, I mean, I'm actually I've been seeing Shawn Porter a lot on YouTube.
Yeah, like he said on my show. So he's been getting the promotion. I think that they always knew this fight was going to happen, and that's why they gave Shawn that host spot. Help him build profile. Also, another check for him. You know, because listen, that Errol Spence task is not an easy task, man. Everybody isn't signing up to that, and you got to get incentives like that to be, signing up to fight Errol. If not, he would have been had a bunch of people there.
Yeah, well, I've been seeing a lot of it, face to face, and just, I'm not gonna say I've seen them everywhere because I hardly watch TV like that. I'm mostly on freaking streaming, but I have seen them. I have seen them a lot on YouTube. I think that, like you said, Mike, it's closer that the fight's getting to the fight date. They're pushing it even more. I don't know if that's a marketing strategy that they got, but I have been seeing it a lot more. And Shawn, not for nothing, Shawn has a lot of connects, a lot of friends, man, a lot of people, and he's home based in Las Vegas. And where's this fight going on, in the T-Mobile Arena?
No, Staples Center.
Staples Center.
For me personally, I feel like I haven't seen a whole lot of Errol Spence up until Sunday when I saw him pop up at the Cowboys game.
But that's a big appearance. Outside of face-to-face, outside to all the social media stuff, that's a big appearance, man. From the article that I read, not only did they show him on the Cowboys game, but they showed him on some other, like maybe college game or something that I don't know. I was hoping that you were here because they showed him two places different on Sunday, right, Mike?
I know that he was at the Cowboy game, but so if they show him at another game, he probably was at the Texas and LSU game when they played LSU this weekend. So yeah, man, it's a biggest exposure because not only does the whole U.S. watch football, it's the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, like the most profitable team organization in the world. You know what I'm saying? So just him being on the field with Jerry Jones is a great look. People are going to know who that guy is and who he's fighting. Oh, that's Errol Spence that had 50,000 down here in Dallas. Oh, I heard about him. I might want to go out and buy it now. So I got to commend PBC and Al Heyman and the whole promotional side over there because they are doing some good things. You know what I'm saying? I just hope that we keep the ball rolling and don't lose the momentum that they're building right now.
And going back to this, sparring Andrade, man, what I am seeing on Shawn Porter's team is the specifics of the game plan, geared towards Errol Spence Jr. Earl's pretty, I don't know who he's bringing into sparring. I don't know who he's using to emulate, the likes of Shawn Porter. I'd be curious,
Errol,
you know what I mean?
Errol don't change it. They've been using the same sparring partners that they always have, the people from their gym. They don't really change things, It changed when Jamel came into camp, but he spars with Bad Burr, Cam Olsen, the dudes in his gym, really.
Yeah, and that's what has me thinking. I see Shawn Porter a more not focused fighter, but a more a game plan focused geared towards Errol Spence. I mean, if
Actually,
Errol's just
what though, there was a pro there when I was there that I just didn't know of. He was Derek James's brother's fighter.
Is that a mistake though? Like not bringing somebody in that mimics Shawn Porter. I know he spars with light heavyweight Bad Burr. I know he spars with Jamal Charlo, but not having somebody that comes in and who's the same kind of height, same kind of movement, same kind of ruggedness as Shawn Porter. Is that like?
Yeah.
I know Errol Spence, so he's the truth, but
that's a mistake. I think that's a mistake. I mean, some guys, you know what I mean. Derek James is a hell of a coach. I guess sometimes the rule may apply. If it's not broken, why fix it? But when you're working on these higher levels, man, I mean, when you're going up against a guy like Shawn Porter, man, you want to have a specific game plan. This ain't no regular guy. This ain't no Bundage or I don't know if I'm messing up his name, but you know what I'm talking about. It's not any of these other guys that he was able to just, kind of like work through. Shawn Porter's going to be bringing what he brings, and if you're not emulating that in sparring in any way, you're just kind of sparring. You know what I mean? This is not an amateur fight where you could just kind of spar and the fight's going to be 3 rounds and you're going to run through these rounds. This is a 12-round championship fight. I'm pretty sure Derek James has to have a game plan in there somewhere implemented according to Shawn Porter's style. But if If you're just sparring the regular guys and you're not really trying to, mimic that, I think that could play against you in come fight time. Definitely.
If you're listening right now on YouTube, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of the show. If you want to go one step farther, head over to theboxingvoice.com/affiliate sponsors. It's that holiday season. It's that turkey season. It's that Christmas season. It's the Halloween season. You know what I'm saying? You buy candy too, shit. Head over there and do all your shopping on Amazon and use our hyperlink that we have on our affiliate sponsor page. It costs you nothing extra to use the hyperlink, but we do get a little kickback every time you use that link. I was going to ask you guys, who's going to be in better shape coming in this fight? We know Shawn Porter is always in tremendous shape. We've seen Errol Spence throw over like 1,000 punches his last fight against Mikey Garcia. So whose tank is going to be better?
I don't think for this fight there is a better. I think the tank isn't going to be an issue. Like, you seen that in the Porter Thurman fight. Like, he didn't really get off the gas. He kept trying all night. And that, look, the tank has never been the issue for Porter, man. It is accuracy, but you leave it to his father. His father says that he lands more jab than any active fighter. I don't know if that stat still exists, but, like, I feel he needs to be more accurate. If he's being that accurate with the jab, that's great, but he's obviously not winning the fight with the jab. You know what I mean? So he needs to be a lot more accurate with the combination punches, that right hand. He just... He falls in. It's like he throws a punch and now has to clinch, or the opponent has to clinch, or the right hand went over the head and he's like putting the dude in the headlock. So, he's got to try to make those things not happen, I don't know, maybe just attack the body. Errol likes to go to the body so much, you got to check, can he take it to the body,
We see Ugas have a lot of success going to the body his last fight, too, against Shawn Porter. I wonder if that's something that they're going to try to fix or, like, remedy for this fight, because we all know Errol Spence is a great body puncher. And I think if you have any hope of trying to slow Shawn Porter down, then scooping that water out, like you I would say, would be a great investment.
Man, who's in better shape? Good question, man, because these are the high elite, top of the top. Shawn Porter, for me, has always just been that guy. He lives the life. He stays within 10 pounds of his weight. That's what they brag about, right, Ness?
Yeah,
and
Shawn, yeah.
And I'm gonna have to go. If I'm gonna have to just black and white this, pick my pick, I'm gonna have to say Shawn. Shawn's just always in shape. Errol on off season, when he's not fighting, he blows up a little bit. I don't know if that has any bearing or effect on his tank, cutting the weight and getting back, going up, coming back. I think Shawn Porter is going to be the better in shape guy, not by a large margin, but just because of the discipline and the lifestyle that he lives. In my opinion, he'll be a better shape, and he's going to be the smaller guy too, right?
But,
absolutely.
So what, you think that because Errol eats greasy food in between and does blow up, that somehow he can be in less fit?
I'm with Doomy, kind of.
Really?
Yeah.
Because if you keep on taking off that 30 pounds, how many times can Errol do that? How many times can he do that successfully and still have a 12 rounds in him in a high level welterweight fight? Is it going to start to show itself against a guy like Shawn Porter, who's all come forward, come action?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't question Errol or Shawn being prepared. These dudes live that life, man. I know that living the life outside the ring, I guess, sounds better. But if you a dog in that gym, like if you work in that gym, you just work in that gym. It comes off. Like it comes off the weight.
But to Mike's point, you're taking off all that weight, and I think although Errol's the bigger puncher, I think Shawn Porter's going to be the physically stronger guy in that fight. I think that could play a difference as far as if they're in the clinch.
Why do you say that?
I take.
Wait, what do you say that? Why do you say that?
Going to be the bigger, stronger guy in that fight?
No, I think he'll be physically stronger. He won't have the stronger punch, but physically he'll be stronger. I think that helps him in the clinch. Getting inside, making it dirty,
It ain't gonna help him
making
in
it
the
rough.
clinch because he don't work in the clinch. You don't want to clinch. He don't work in the clinch, man. He doesn't. I don't know. I just hope that this fight is a lot better than.
Was Shawn Porter bigger than Kell Brook when they fought each other?
No.
No.
Definitely not.
I mean, Shawn's always been a short, and he's got that Frazier-like, Joe Frazier-like, hunch over. Like, he's low, he stays low in the ring. And when he goes to the body, he gets even lower. But nah, man, Kell Brook, like Errol picked the right words. He negated him, but that was politically correct for TV. He held them. Repeatedly held them. But it's like Errol said, that was up to Shawn. Hopefully, Shawn now has learned that you got to come up with the answer in the ring. You can't wait to get back and say, this dude held me. Because Errol gonna probably hit and hold, in that clinch. Where Shawn likes to just clinch, Errol's probably gonna be working because he's a body puncher.
Absolutely, I totally agree with that.
One thing I see, I was just going back to him being the smaller guy in height and all that. He is gonna be punching up. Earl's gonna be punching down, so he has gravity working for him. How much taller he is than
that's
Shawn.
exactly why he brought in these two sparring partners. They're both 6'2" and 6'1", I think.
Tall guys.
Or 6'3" and 6'2".
6'1", yeah, 6'1", 6'2". Tall guys, and Earl's only 5'11", but
that's 5'10".
Oh, he's 5'10"?
I thought so. I don't know. I thought the article said 5'10" too.
All right. Yeah. Give or take an inch. He's probably like 3 inches taller than him. So Shawn's definitely going to be punching up, punching against gravity or whatnot. How much that matters, I do not know. But again, going back to Earl, being off season, blowing up. Yeah, Ness, we seen Earl work. The boy can work. He melts he melts those pounds straight off. You feel me? There's no questioning that work ethic.
Right, he posted a picture. Let me just his interruption, but on topic. Remember, like 2 weeks ago, right, Mike? He posted a picture like, "Who's fat?" You know what I mean? Because Shawn called him fat. Like, who's fat? Like, doggy. He works. And you remember, look, the Face Off told us, or one of those PBC promotion videos for this pay-per-view told us. He said his gym gets to 110. It's a sauna, my man. It's a sauna. He working in that shit. He ain't quitting and withering like others who like, it's too hot, and they throwing buckets of water on him, and you see him laid on the floor. No, he working in that shit. He working. While others go to the cold, he stay in the heat.
And let me tell you, here in Texas, even if you're just working out outside, it's like a sauna. It gets a very hot. We were averaging 110 on the daily outdoors.
Dog, they using aluminum shingled roofs, man. That shit is heating up like a can of tuna. That's a bad reference. Can of tunas don't get hot, but it's a little, a roof, a metal roof in the sun in Texas. Come on,
bitch, outside in Texas, it will.
Shit.
Now,
So
one thing that I did like from that little inside the camp or outside the camp or whatever that was on PBC.
It's so much that we don't even know the names of them.
When Shawn Porter reached his target at the end, he went to the side or he changed the angle real quick, and Kim Porter had him punching from that angle when they were on the rope. So I think they will try to use angles in this fight, but I don't know how effective it's going to be because Errol Spence does have good footwork. Even though people say Errol Spence is like flat-footed, he does have pretty good footwork in that ring.
Let's get to some of these super chats because they're right on par with the conversation. I seen someone talking about, the weight, but Earl's never missed it. I'm paraphrasing, so I'll read it correctly.
That's Jeffrey Rodriguez.
Let me see here. We got first one up from Rod in the 870. The big three back together. Keep it that way. TBV. Matthew says, Brick City. Spence has sparring partners. Research. Jordan Tilsdale, sounds like the UK, just showing some love. Jeffrey Rodriguez says, keep it G. Porter cuts braids to make weight. True. True. We forgot about that.
Yeah, no, I remembered it when I saw it right now. Yeah, he did.
Hold on, let me get two more. Two more. Spence never has a problem making weight. And then Joseph Brown says, you talk about Spence weight, but Spence never missed weight. Porter has had problems making weight before. Have never had fatigue issues in a fight. Okay, there you go. The Spence fans is out. But I love to see that. Let me tell you, I'm not going down, y'all. Like, we haven't seen that since Floyd Pacquiao. Like, you know, and obviously, Wilder has that too. Like, he's got hella people in the comments fighting with other people in the comments. But that's when you know you made it. Like, when Pacquiao and Mayweather was at they peak, they had two fan bases on everybody's comments. It didn't matter where it was, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, they battling. And that's how it is for Errol, man. You talk about Errol, they coming for you. They coming for you. You cannot talk about Errol. You got to get down.
They still coming, goddamn.
Hell yeah, they still coming.
Oh, you Plums 101 with the super chat. Are y'all forgetting what Shawn is the only one who almost didn't make weight here? Errol never had a problem making weight.
How is he a weight bully?
Is he a weight bully?
Yo, he's a weight bully because everybody see how big he is. I mean, that's not my like opinion, but that's the opinion of the internet.
Make the weight. What's my guy name that fight at 122? Neverete? Shit. That motherfucker look like he fight at 130. He down there whooping motherfucker's ass at 122. So yeah, make the weight. You can make the weight.
Yeah, making the weight.
I just want to touch on that too. I feel exactly like Mike. I've been saying that for a long time. Like, bro, if you can make that weight, it don't matter. It shouldn't matter if you blow up 25 pounds. You made that weight. As long as you ain't getting hurt, as long as that fight happened and you still winning, and you know, and you not looking crazy just for a paycheck, that's a different conversation. I'm talking about people calling Errol a weight bully, but he making the weight. He shouldn't ever have to move up because 7-8 years ago, fighters didn't have to move up. This catchweight shit, that was the Pacquiao era. You know, it went with Pacquiao, and then Freddie took over Miguel, and he used it, and then, you know, it just keeps spawning from there because of, you know, the whole Golden Boy, because remember, Golden Boy did it to Pacquiao. So it's like, yo, they taught Canelo. You know what I mean? But this catchweight shit ain't been like that. If you was good, it was okay to beat Tevin Farmer and stay in your weight class and just reign supreme.
You know what? Everybody that's saying as long, and this includes you, Nusker, you're saying as long as he makes the weight, he fine. As long as he makes the weight. But see, that's when plenty of times, man, and I'm referring to the amateurs, I've seen plenty of guys, man, make the weight. But sucked up, who knows? You can put the poker face all you want. You know what I mean? We don't know exactly how much that weight cut is affected. We know that Errol's a workhorse. He's a workhorse, but how much is it really affecting him?
But your speculation is unwarranted because he's never looked fatigued. He's never looked drawn. He's never looked faded. So, like, you just putting that in the air for no reason.
Not for no reason, because everything I'm saying, it comes backed up by facts. The fact is that if you're dropping a certain amount of weight in a certain amount of time and you're constantly doing it to your body, you can ask the trainers this. And again, I don't know what they do, especially for Errol. I don't know if Errol's just that, you know, physically gifted that he can keep doing on that, but it's still something to think about. It's something to consider.
Look, man.
How long do we think Errol actually stays at 147 pounds, though?
I mean,
I think he stays for another year. Maybe at the end of 2021.
Yeah, I don't see him going anywhere, man. I don't see him going anywhere. I'm super confident that Crawford fight is happening, and I'm super confident that they have that Pacquiao plan. So, like Mike, I believe he gonna be around for like this year, next year, and maybe one more. You know, because if he can be, you gotta remember what the trajectory would be. Right? Like, when he moves from welterweight, if he is successful with this Al Heyman plan, he will be moving up to fight Canelo. Or whatever other big name has replaced Canelo above him. Because he's going to fight Shawn Porter, unified. Now he's WBC. So now for the weight bully critics, he'll get weight tested 3 times before the fight. You know, you'll get the 30-day, 7-day, all that good shit. Right? Now he unified. Then, you know, maybe Pacquiao goes away, fights Mikey, cool. Errol fights a mandatory. They come back, big fight. Now he got 3 belts. He not going to not fight Crawford. If he's successful with Crawford, he's undisputed welterweight, easy to get that Canelo fight that Canelo's already talking about. Oscar's already talking about. They put it in the air, you know what I mean? So he'll be moving up for a big fight. Big fight.
And real quick, I don't know if there's a rehydration clause, because that's another thing that's very important to touch on, especially when you're dropping weight.
I think they took that out, right, Mike? Because they did it.
I think WBC does have a. I don't know if it's...
The IBF?
No, the IBF got rid of that after the Jacobs fight, right? Like, they got rid of that.
In a unification fight, the IBF doesn't have the...
You ain't got to weigh in the fucking next day. As long as you unify,
yeah.
You ain't got to weigh in. But Canelo, you know... But... What the fuck I was going to say? Fuck.
So WBC doesn't have a rehydration clause either.
Yeah, they actually do. They have one like you can only get like 15 to 20 pounds like the following day, or 10% of your
I'm
body.
Pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Porter camp's gonna pull that card out. You know.
Yeah, but I think Errol's been under the IBF so long that he's used to the next day weigh in and shit. So yeah. I don't think that's gonna affect him that much.
Just like Porter,
we got to remember. Errol doesn't do the traditional 8-week camp. He goes into camp 12 weeks out, and they gradually take the weight off. So it's not like they're rushing down to make weight or anything like that, but they do it in a 3-month span.
Everyone watching, please uppercut that thumbs up button for us. You help us with the visibility of the show. You know, we got Mikey back on, you know what I'm saying? Got Super Max visiting right now. Help us with the visibility of the show. It's 405 watching, 95 thumbs up. Let's get it to like 150 in like 2 seconds. Let's go.
Yo, and it's Border Wars fight week, right? And we talking weight. And, you know, this is like for Doomy too, because he feels like certain amount of weight dipping is impossible. So we got like 3 fighters that already showed that they're like below their fight weight. You know, they supposed to fight at 68. They like 64. You know.
Yeah, my brother was at 65 yesterday morning.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Yeah, it's a lot of them.
That ain't good though. That
ain't good. Check him out.
It's not.
First of all, hold on a minute.
If you're not doing it on purpose, it's not good. But if you're just waking up and like, oh shit, I won 66.
Nah, bro. Listen, let me tell you something. This is an amateur bout. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna get into it.
You got your turn though. You got your turn. You said it's not good, which obviously sparked everything and everything. Let him finish. Because I have something to say on it not being good. I think I definitely disagree with you.
All right, so go ahead, speak on it.
Mike, you done? Oh, so you looking at it because you an amateur. That's the difference. You got to take your head out of that bubble because they not full-blown amateurs going through the schedule of an amateur, right? So this man was...
What do you mean the schedule of an amateur?
All the fights that an amateur has, brother. All the boxing schedule that an amateur has. This man was 200-plus pounds. He got the 64, like Mike said, by accident, just by living healthy, starting to finally work out, get off the couch. He took up boxing. That brought him down. You're acting like he got down there struggling. No, it just got off naturally. Because he's not an athlete. He's not an athlete. He's transforming.
Yeah.
Like an amateur on your level, they are already. Look at the amateurs in our gym, bro. Those kids got fucking abs at 16, bro. It's different for that kid the way struggle and Machine Gun Matt, who didn't have abs. Now he's showing abs, which means he still can get lower because he's still not a real fighter. If he's at 64 right now, he could get to 54 straight lean and still not be struggling as much as a real fighter. Like it's
I totally agree with that. I totally agree with him. You know, just kind of melting off the weight. What I mean is when you're overworking yourself. All right, when you're overworking yourself, when you've already met your goal, and then you're still going past it, you got to understand that for every pound you lose, you lose punching power. For every pound that you have, you're gaining punching power, and a pound or 2 or 3 means a lot in fight game. So yeah, I agree. If the guy, if Matt's just melting off the pounds and he's kind of just losing it, that's fine. But when you're fighting at a certain weight. Let's say Matt comes in at 164, but his guy, he's fighting at 168. And if the guy's 4 pounds more than him, that's and the guy lost his weight healthy, he met his weight, he still weighs more than him. That's still transition to punching power and all that other stuff. And it really does matter, man. It really does matter.
Let's go out to these phone calls. So final thoughts on the main topic. I think this was a great job by Porter. So regardless of what we may feel Andrade's reasons are for being here, for Porter, this is you couldn't have got better sparring, I don't think. Unless you get
hold
Laura.
up, Nash. Real quick, Nash, I did want to bring out, was this just announced just for promotion? Because on a Fight Hype interview, I think, or Viegas or somebody, I heard Porter talk about that he usually has Andrade in sparring with him. So was this kind of just put out there to
The actual quote, paraphrasing, is like, yo, me and Andre been talked like May or June, which was around par with Andre's fight, and Shawn was there. And he said, he knew I was going up for the fight of my life, so, he wanted to help me out. And they've been brothers. So, yeah, maybe they've been sparring, but he just insured and committed. That's all.
Yeah, I just was saying because, they got the history with Andrade and the Charlos and Spence, and maybe that just helps amp up promotion.
Yeah, and I would hope, look, you got to bring in a guy like Andrade into your camp. You know why it's good on so many levels? Not just because he's a southpaw and a skilled boxer, but his energy. You see him on his Instagram. He's the type that's going to be telling Shawn, like, yo, you could beat this motherfucker. He uglier than you. Like, that's how he talk. That's how Andre talk. Like, he's going to hype him up. And sometimes you need that. You need, get your ego stroked. Get your back patted, and people to give you positive reinforcement. But listen, we chopped it up enough. You know the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time to voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. We're talking Shawn Porter enlisting the help of Demetrius Andrade, multiple-time champion, currently the WBO champion at 160 pounds, southpaw, in my opinion, perfect sparring. I know we were doing final thoughts. Anybody else got anything?
Final thoughts. Shawn Porter, great, game plan and preparation, bringing in these guys who are, bigger, stronger, longer, and they could kind of, in a sense, emulate Errol Spence Jr. if need be. These guys are high-level champs, and I'm pretty sure that if they want to, they can kind of mimic Errol Spence Jr. So I think it was a great idea on Kenny Porter's camp, and I would love to see some of that sparring. That would be cool.
You got to bring in all the weapons you can to get ready for the real, true king of the welterweight division and the real pound-for-pound best, Errol Spence Jr.
Derek Chisora said Errol Spence and Shawn Porter shouldn't be the main event. Him and Joseph Parker should be.
Listen, man, I don't know if that's a whole show unless we gonna cater to the UK, but I thought Progress.
Don't you say you agree with this motherfucker?
I thought Progress was gonna just have different energy, though. You know what I'm saying?
What you mean?
I really did. Come on, let's be real. Let's be real, yo. Let's be real. People talk about me. Like, come on, man. If I'm the fucking heavyweight champ, I'm saying heavyweight because I'm the heavyweight. But if I'm the fucking WBC champ, motherfucker, they brought me here. Yo.
Uh-oh.
The thing is that God knows why he chooses who he chooses to be famous. Cause a nigga like me being famous, they'd have shot me. Mike, you ain't gonna disrespect. I'd have been like, motherfucker, they had to fly me from America because you got so many losses you can't be the main event, man. Fuck you talking about? Nobody don't know me. Nobody don't know you, because have you ever won a world title, you disrespectful motherfucker? But Prograis ain't me. He don't know how to sell them tickets. But, man, listen, I ain't, and hear me out. I'm not saying Chisora ain't got a fucking point. I ain't saying Chisora ain't got a point. In his country, maybe don't nobody know Regis Prograis. Let's go with that. But Prograis supposed to have different energy. He shut up for that man.
You know what
And
it
that
is, too,
man
yo.
took-
You gotta
and he
understand.
took mad shots.
Yo,
He
in
took-
Prograis' defense, Chisora is a veteran in this.
Man,
you know what I'm
fuck
saying?
that. I'd have threw the table at his ass. They'd be like, oh my God.
Yo, and don't-
oh my
don't
God, the
sleep.
American did what
Prograis is that dude, though.
he should have been. He should have been. That was his stage to go over the fucking top. Tyson
Yeah.
Fury Batman suit style. Tyson Fury Batman suit style. Never forgotten. Green limousine. Lamborghini. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bruh. That's how you do it.
Say I would squash you. I was like, Paris.
What? Bruh, yo, I would have grabbed the folding chair. Listen, it could have been fake.
Wait, he said he would squash him?
Alex, listen. Listen. As a human being, you know you got shit to lose. Regis got kids. You grab a folding chair, like Chisora, fake throw it. But don't get fucking muted live. Oh shit.
So Mike. He said he told Prograis I'll squash him.
Bruh, he disrespected everybody. Everybody
on stage, bro. Like
Cal Sutherland, he told Cal Sutherland, I think he was like, fuck off.
Fuck that Ali trophy. Nobody give a fuck about that.
Yo, but he absolutely right. I promise you that Ali trophy never took steam. We care about the fight. We don't care about that fucking trophy. That's why I'm on both sides of this. I'm like, damn, Prograis, let's go. You should have took over this shit. That was your opportunity. And at the same time, I'm like, yeah, Chisora got a point, but then at the same time, I'm like, damn, no, you the champ. You supposed to tell him why the fuck you here. But
hey, yo, but still champ, that's the heavyweight champ.
Yo, yeah,
that's what I was thinking. Like,
but
but
come on, guys.
I was on the chat. I was on the chat.
I was like, man.
Guys, I was on the Baltimore chat talking about this. I'm like, yo, I gave Prograis props that he even spoke up. That's shitting on.
Listen. Cause you could have faked the funk. My man, come on. I come from an era where niggas is putting their chest to each other like, word is born, say my name. You know what I'm saying? So he could have grabbed the chair and let security rush him, and at least they'd be like, yo, that little American ain't gonna let you just talk shit about. He just sat there.
Yo, Chisora too unpredictable, champ.
Bruh, he
that motherfucking crazy.
At the end of the day, you want to say he's a heavyweight? Well, he should have turned around and he said, yo, nobody don't know me, but they know my heavyweight champ, Deontay Wilder, motherfucker. Like, say something. Say something, bruh. Like, I watched it twice. Now, I don't know if IFL got another one. You could see Mike got the thing. He know he could see from the back. I watched it twice. It's only 4 minutes. Now, if it's a longer one where Regis say some shit I ain't hear yet, I apologize to everybody in New Orleans who probably gonna be calling in the shit on me now, because it's my fault he ain't say nothing. I'm just telling you what he didn't do. People like, yo, do a show, and it's like, Chisora is the Orlando. He ain't even Orlando won a title. Orlando is Chisora a heavyweight champion of the world ever. And that's all Regis had to say. He had to grab the fucking belt and say, motherfucker, this is why. I'm here. I'm main event because of this. Have you ever gotten one of these? Do you know what it feels like to put one on? Huh? Do you know what it is to be called champion? You disrespectful motherfucker. But he ain't say that, man. He ain't say that.
It look like you got mad for Prograis and shit.
Of course I'm mad. Because how you don't know the answer to the question? You the fucking champion. People out here ducking you. You calling out Crawford. You want Mikey. But you letting this dude who ain't never accomplished what you accomplished talk that shit, talk about it's his card, and you ain't shit. All right, maybe I'm overreacting. Let me let the dude.
Nah, fuck that, nigga. Don't talk about my nigga. Fuck that, bro. Like, if you talking shit about the main event, nigga, I'm a part of the main event, so you talking shit about me. So I agree with Ness, bro. Like,
I got
Prograis, 2 belts on this. 2 belts. You ain't never seen 1 belt. I got 2 on the desk. It's easy, bro.
I think Regis was laughing it off too, bro.
Nigga, did you get knocked out by Dylan White?
Too. Regis like, yo, this motherfucker.
Did Dylan White leave you on a motherfucking meme? Come on, man.
I think Regis.
And you bragging about beating Arthur Spuka? Nigga, motherfucking Adam Kornacki did it better than you, and he did it first. You got fucking damaged goods. Now you back in action.
Regis was and I seen a smirk on the man's face when he looked over and he's like, "What you talking about? You got 1 and number 2 right here. What you talking about?" And I think that Regis was just kind of looking at Chisora like, this motherfucker animated.
No.
He mad because I got the throne right now.
Overlooking
you know
that.
what I mean?
Yo, dude.
Why? It was no reason for Regis to even be mad. I would have laughed at you.
Do me. You overlooking that he was like, yo, no, I'm the main event. And he's like, what? You got the number 1 and number 2 here. He's like, what? He's like, you got the number 1 and number 2 here. Don't nobody give a fuck about you. That's what he said, bruh. Like, first of all, he ignored him the first time, made him repeat it. That shit was all strategic. And Regis' energy wasn't right. How you going? You got the number 1 and number 2. What? You got number 1. I'm the fucking champ. Yo, man, come on. Whatever, though. Listen, let his hands do the talking.
Hey,
Hopefully he beat Josh Taylor.
Nobody stopping Chisora if some shit would have fucking popped. Ain't nobody who gonna stop Chisora from getting that.
All right, here we go. We got history, though. We got history. Chisora. All right? Chisora is all talk. David Haye hit him with a bottle. You want to talk shit to me? I don't give a fuck what cameras is on. Here's this bottle, motherfucker. Oh, your trainer want to help you? Bat. Take that, trainer. You know what I'm saying? So second one, okay? Now I know someone going to bring this up. They're going to be like, yo, Ness, but remember, he slapped Vitali. You know? Cool. He spit water on Vlad. Cool. Or maybe I got the stories vice versa. Joseph,
I don't know.
Joseph, what's the history? Who he slapped, who he spit on? You know what I'm saying? Because he did one or the other. So
he had a control, bro.
And he threw a table. He threw a table in another, you know. So, yeah, you got a lively motherfucker. But what you know about all those stories is it was contained within seconds. Like, Chisora got hit with the bottle. He glossed me. And that's it. He didn't even get a chance to hit back. You know? With the smack. When he smacked Vitali ain't get a chance to do nothing. When he spit the water, same thing. Whoever it was, Vlad or Vitali, they ain't get to do nothing. Like,
wasn't it Haye that caught him with a 2-piece?
But in the fight, you mean?
Oh,
Haye knocked him out. Bro, this man lost every world championship fight he had. And every big fight he had. Like, he just won his biggest fight in Takam. That's his biggest fight. And if he beat Parker somehow, that's his biggest fight. And then he's making a case for, like, comeback fighter of the decade or something, you know, most relevant fighter. Like, because, again, he's got that Orlando Salido-like aura, but he never won a world title. It's different when you never won a world title. Orlando at least won a world title. And I ain't even bringing up Orlando's, you know, controversial, huge win. I'm not even using that. He was a champ at least.
Hey, yo, you know what, man? Yo, my man Prograis, he practices jiu-jitsu, too.
And hold on, the only reason I'm bringing up Orlando Salido
is to put him in a chokehold.
The only reason I'm bringing up Orlando Salido in comparison to Chisora is because Orlando Salido had like 10, 11 losses, 13 losses. And Chisora got like 10 or 9 losses. So, you know, it's different. Salido got all them losses, but he became a world champion. And at the end of his career, he had some decent wins. He beat Rocky Martinez twice. Who'd he beat? Didn't he also beat Juan Manuel Marquez twice? You know? Then he, you know, again, I don't even want to bring up the Loma win. You know, that's not what I want to do because whatever. People got issues with that one. But
you heard Ness? Chisora got caught with a 2-piece by David Haye outside the ring, bro.
That's what I said, but it's not a 2. He hit him with the bottle.
He hit him with fists, man.
I bet
caught him with a 2. Boom, boom.
You don't see the explosion? I'm telling you, that's infamous. It's like, he glossed me. He glossed me. That's infamous, bro. I lived through that shit. But let me get to these callers, man. We were supposed to do final thoughts. We went left field with that Chisora shit. But that's what it is. It's like a topic. That shit ain't a whole show. Like, you know, what we gonna do with that? Chisora got to show us he could beat Parker. Then it's like, whoa. And I'm not taking anything back I done said if he beats Parker. All I'm gonna say is, wow, he's making a case for like comeback fighter of the decade or some shit. You know, most improved boxer after 35 or some shit, you know? We could give him an accolade, but he still got to get that world title to be disrespecting Regis like that. And again, and it's not that it's so much to talk about. It's not that he doesn't make sense. No, because it's not that he doesn't make sense, because he's like get a WBA regular. Nah, man, come on. So it's not that he doesn't make sense, because he's, in a sense, he's saying like, yo, I had to save your shit, whatever the fuck was going on with your shit. Like, he said a lot, bro. He put everybody on blast. He was not playing.
Eddie, fucking pay me.
Hey, yo, Eddie.
Pay me more, Eddie.
I hate to do this. I hate to do this.
Man,
he got that deep ass
and
voice.
Then I hate trying to ask the question. Hey, fuck that. Pay me. Adam, am I going to be the main event or the co-main event? Yo, he's funny though. He's funny because that's it. Look, see, the UK dudes want us to do a show. You know why? Because they're proud of him, and we would have been proud of Regis if he would have done the same. Chisora said what he said. We needed a reaction from him.
Hey, yo, I'm looking at the clip now, yo. Hey, hit him with a left elbow and then a right hook, bro.
Fuck, bro.
Yo, I think Chisora play. He calculated that whole move, man. He calculated that whole move. He knew he was talking. He wouldn't have been talking shit. It would have been a heavyweight on it.
Bruh, is that he knows what he's doing. Like, he know how to sell tickets. He know how to move the needle. And that's what I'm telling you. Boxing is entertaining too. You gotta entertain me. You know how many people would have went home like, yo, you see Regis? And if they didn't know Regis, they'd have said, you seen the American? You know what I'm saying? It's simple as that, bruh. He had to go off, bruh. It was like, matter of fact, he had his manager and then Chisora's manager, right? Or was it his manager? I don't even know who that white dude is. I'm not gonna say that was his manager, but Regis had someone to the right of him, and then another person, then Chisora, or was it the one person, then Chisora?
It was one person in between them niggas.
Damn.
One person.
All right, but again, is Chisora gonna football tackle you? If I get up from this is what I'm saying. If I go like this, it's like, man, who the fuck are you guys? He's like, what? You know, if I do that, if I jump up, is Chisora just gonna fucking Emmitt Smith? Well, Emmitt's a running back. See, I don't know other sports. But is he gonna tackle me, or is he gonna be like, oh shit, this little nigga got some action with him? You know, like, I don't know, man. He could have threw the table at him. I'd have threw the table at him like, yeah, this is my chance. Chisora think he the only table thrower. Boom, flip-flop that bitch. DDT that table on his head, man. And he'd have made headlines. But also, right, is the double
meaning?
Nah. What is it? A double-edged sword? Because then it's like, oh, the fucking American goes over there and acts up. You know what I'm saying?
Goes both ways. Yeah.
So, you know, I get it, man. He's in a rock and a hard place. He's in a rock and a hard place, man. And at the end of the day, that's his job. And
I got Regis by guillotine hold.
Listen, because I know there's going to be those perfect dudes to call in like, yo, Ness, you was just on here saying you let Neil hit you with the water because it's your job, right?
Hey, yo, shout out to Squirt
right?
Neil.
You know what I'm saying? You let the man squirt you, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, you're right. But history shows us that boxers could do this and get away. They ain't getting an assault charge. The fight ain't getting canceled. Now, maybe you guys gonna be like, yo, Ness, but in 1980, all right, cool, fam. But what we've been seeing in the last decade or so, it ain't been like that. You could do some shit and get away with it.
Remember, Lennox and what's the name fought right there on Sports Center. Tore the whole setup.
Brother, Muhammad Ali, didn't he fucking choke Joe Frazier on ABC?
Yeah, you had him in the headlock.
Come on, bro. They was wrestling. They was wrestling.
Larry Holmes jumped off a car and started shooting at the man.
Yeah, you had to blink The fucking blanks in his
he
gun.
pulled the Sonny Liston straight out of the Sonny Liston playbook.
Yeah, man. So, you know, we can do this. I say we like I'm a fighter because I'm living vicariously through you, Regis.
How crazy of a motherfucker you gotta be to shoot blanks at a nigga?
No, that was a
Sonny
creative
Liston had Muhammad Ali out.
That was a creative motherfucker. Like, yo, I'm tired of his talking. This motherfucker want to talk. Let's see how tough he is now.
Pulled out that 38 special on Muhammad. Muhammad was like, whoa.
What is going on here?
Watch Troy gonna call him like, Nestor. See, now you guys are using all these old references all wrong. If you just go back and pay attention to the history, you would have known it wasn't actually blanks. You know, he gonna come with a conspiracy real quick. I love it.
Hey, yo, real quick. If you're not on Patreon, go to Patreon, subscribe. Make sure you're at least on the $5 tier. Border Wars is Saturday.
I'll be competing.
Doomy's competing. It's gonna be a great event. It's been a long time coming, man. You don't want to miss this. I'm telling you.
Bruh, I'm not telling Regis to fight Chisora. I'm telling Regis to make a show, you know? Verbally get like, yo, word is born. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck you mean? I'm the champ. Like, I'm not telling him to fight Chisora. Stop it. I went as far as saying, fuck, you was Wilder in that scenario. Like, bruh.
I got a big bruh.
You ain't nobody. We got a heavyweight champ if you want some action with me. You know, this boxing, first of all, Chisora, even though he's crazy, I want to hope he would at least respect weight classes, you know, and not attack Regis physically.
Regis would have put him in an armbar. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. I think he a blue belt.
Listen. He could always bit his ear off.
Oh shit,
man.
Let's
get to these callers. It's going down.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
All right, let's see what we got here. Let's go to Canada. What up? What is next up? Talk to me.
Next up, what's the business?
Good morning. How y'all doing?
All good.
Amazing. First, I just want to jump in on this Prograis, Derek Chisora. I'm with Ness. I feel like Prograis should have said something. You had to say something. Got to stand up. You can't just have this dude talk to you like this. You a champion, about to be a unified champion. Yeah, you're in his hometown, but you got to stand up for yourself and say something. I don't think Chisora would have went as far as, hurt him so that the fight could be put off. But who knows? Chisora is a little crazy, so that could definitely happen. Also, my thought is that Andrade was brought in for Shawn Porter to try and get around that jab. The same jab that Mikey Garcia had a hard time figuring out. Shawn Porter is going to have a hard time figuring out that jab. And I feel like they brought in Andrade so that they can use a southpaw stance and try to see if they can parry and counter off the jab and stick and move underneath the jab like how Mike used to do it against his opponents. What do you guys think?
Most definitely, yeah. Errol does have a nice stiff power jab, and he does a lot of good with that in coming in and with his attacks. I seen on Shawn Porter's some of his training videos. They were working the line from corner to corner, so I could most definitely agree with you on that, bro.
Hey Ness.
Yo.
Honestly, if you were sitting one seat away from Derek Chisora and he just flipped in a matter of seconds, would you have said something walking the other way?
Bruh,
or would you have stood to his face and said something?
He didn't flip. That's what I'm saying. I gave people like a whole rundown of Chisora flips. This is like minus fucking 5, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is not a level flip. This is some regular shit right here. Like, he was talking on the mic. He didn't even spill water. Like, he didn't do nothing. Why people act like, oh, Chisora went off? Like, how do we know he was going to wow out on Regis? He didn't even get out of his chair. Come on.
I think everybody took it when he said I'll squash you. When he said I'll squash you if you keep talking, I think everybody took him a little serious. Like, he has flipped the table before, So we don't want to see this turn real ugly real fast.
Damn, well, yeah. If he said, I didn't hear that, but if he says I'll squash you, yeah, that's something else.
Yeah, he said, little man, stop talking because I'll squash you. I'll come over there and squash you right now.
Canada, you got hella background. You got to get that together, but thank you for calling in. Next up, we're going to go to, let me see. Boomerang CYP. What up?
Man, you think you so slick. You gonna try to screen the calls before we call in, trying to tell us, don't call in talking about Neil. Don't you dare talk about Neil. Man, please. Every grown man who's seen that knows you got bitched by Neil. Now you sitting up here screaming about what you would have did if you was Prograis. You wouldn't have did shit. That's real. And I know y'all gonna get mad because y'all love y'all some of that, but I don't give a shit. He still got bitched. And last time I checked, Regis Prograis is way more at a side disadvantage than you are of Neil. So that motherfucker get all loud and Chisora, who only reacts when he's provoked. So shut your ass up before you go and beat that ass. Just like you shut your ass up because you don't want none of Neil. It is what it is. But I'm gonna drop that right there.
Sense,
and secondly, listen, you just call it what you want to call it.
Hey, that's ain't
bitches
the
always agree with bitches.
He a reporter.
Bitches always agree with
bitches. Let him get his call.
Let me finish.
Hey, CYP,
it's
and
funny
you ain't got to be that
bitches,
disrespectful, dog.
Always
you
agree
ain't
with
got to
bitches.
be that disrespectful because we don't have to let you on the show. Like, why are you addressing
us
in that manner? We're not doing that to you.
Listen, what I'm willing to do, this is what I'm willing to do. Next Border Wars, me versus you. I'll put my money with my...
Sign up then, bro. We're not gonna give you the platform for all that, man. Like, god damn, why you gotta call like you? I said it's okay. Like, I don't care if you call me a clown. Like, you've already called me a bitch, but now you calling Alex a bitch for no reason. Like, it's different. You got something against me, and that's obvious. But now you calling him a bitch? Like, who's next? Like, what's up?
Step into the ring, baby.
And remember, another guy already said, like, what's up? The energy. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, we here for boxing talk, man. You got to keep it moving, man. We going to Troy in Baltimore. Talk to me.
What's up?
Good morning,
Listen,
Troy.
Good morning. Ali never choked Frazier. He called him
when they were tussling on the ABC.
Ignorant on the show. He called him ignorant, and then Frazier jumped up and got in his face, and Ali's brother got up, and then Frazier turned, and then Ali put him in a headlock and pushed down on him. And that's when the ruckus started. He never choked him. But I actually agree with Derek Chisora. Here's why. He said something that makes perfect sense. Because if Regis and Taylor were so big, why aren't they fighting in America? And then he said to Eddie clearly, since these two were so big, why don't you just take me off the card and see if it sells? Or you know, why don't he just take the Parker fight with Derek off and make it a standalone fight and see if the Prograis and Taylor fight sell by itself over there? Why doesn't he do that? Why don't he call that man bluff? Because honestly, when's the last time Prograis headlined anything? You said Prograis all he had to do was jump up and show his belt. Okay. Derek, all he had to say is, when have you headlined anything?
He headlined in his hometown.
Who is Prograis?
He headlined in his hometown. Chill.
In his hometown, exactly.
You said anything. Don't move the goalposts.
I got what you're saying. But you know exactly what I mean. I mean on a big level. You know that, man.
Troy,
so stop playing.
Isn't
yes,
that
sir,
the same
ahead.
thing for Chisora in England? You know, how many people know Chisora over here?
And then
Come on, man. When
you're a nigga who had got a 15-year career to a dude who just really
guys,
got on the scene. So
hate to interrupt, Mike. Mike, hate to interrupt. We got Shawn Porter's trainer, Ken Porter on the trailer.
Porter,
sorry, Mr. Porter. I had the mute on. I know I'm doing a million things at once, getting attacked on another level. But Ken, thank you for taking out the time on your way to the gym before training, before you and Shawn get in there. Obviously, big fight on Fox pay-per-view. And good morning. Are you guys on the East Coast already, or are you really up this early on the West?
Yeah, we're in D.C.
Oh, perfect.
We're in D.C.
So how's it been, man? How is everything going? We were just talking. I mean, today's topic is a morning show specifically about Shawn bringing in Demetrius Andrade, but we were just commending Fox and the promotion. You are really starting to feel the push on this fight. How are you seeing, everything that has to do with the promotion of this fight? Do you feel it as a big level fight for your son?
Yeah, we feel it, but you know, we keep everything on an even balance. Um, we don't get involved with the hype of it. We try to help hype it. We try to sell it. You know, do what we can to bring that part of it, the energy of that to it, but we don't get caught up in any of it at all. And you know, as people have, you know, said numerous times when you ask them how the camp is going, our camp is going great. You've heard people say this is our best camp ever. This is our best camp ever. That's the way it's supposed to be, because if you're still training at the same level you trained for your last fight or one of your previous fights, then you're not growing and you're not getting better as a team. You're not getting better as an individual. So we're really happy with what we've been doing this camp.
How's it going, Mr. Porter? Michael Gross here. I want to ask you, what are some different things you guys are doing going into this camp? I was in camp with Wilder before his pay-per-view with Fury. Ness was in camp with Keith Thurman before his pay-per-view with Manny Pacquiao. And it seems like when a pay-per-view comes up, guys get a little bit more serious and a little bit more dialed in. Are you guys, or have you guys done anything different in preparation for this camp that you have not done in other camps?
No, I wouldn't say we're doing anything different. Again, you want to continue to accent the positive things that you've been doing and take away from the negative things if there were anything that you know you felt were negative in previous camps. It's not necessarily that I'm saying there's just something negative, but anything that, I'll give you an example. Yesterday we tried something different while he was in the ring with the four-way, where he's in the four-way ropes, where he's in the center of the ring and he's got a belt wrapped around him. He's got these four bungees coming out, and he's shadow boxing with resistance. Well, yesterday what we tried to do was we brought in a big southpaw. We put him in the center, and the southpaw is about 6'2". We put him in the center, and we had Shawn working around the ropes and working through the ropes and getting to the southpaw. We had the southpaw throwing some different punches at him, nothing big, but we felt that it was kind of, for the first time we tried it, we expected, be a trial and error, but we felt that it was kind of, for lack of words, it was almost clumsy. We felt like, it was just too much going on. So we needed to simplify it. So we took the guy out of the center, and we just let Shawn do the work that he needed to do. And then we go back to the basic next time. Instead of trying that with him, we go back to the basic. Okay, we'll get a guy in the ring with you and work on the defense live instead of working on the defense with this apparatus in the ring. So it's just things that you try to improve upon. Maybe they didn't work out as well as you wanted, or you didn't get the result that you wanted, and you just continue to try to improve.
Hey, Mr. Porter, this is Joseph Rodriguez here. My question is with the long history you guys have with Errol, and the statements that were made on the Fox face-to-face, or the face-off, a lot of people take that as bulletin board material, but did some of the things he had to say, did it catch you off guard that he said some things the way he did, or was it just more of a, it's fight mode, it's time to get into killer mode for you?
If you can point out some specifics, maybe I can answer to the specifics.
Just say, just Errol saying he's a better skilled, that he has more will to fight than Shawn does.
I got something specific.
Yeah, I was going to say pretty much.
He said that talent is God-given and skill is something you learn in the gym, and that Shawn is not learning skill and he can't learn skill, and that he's going to knock Shawn out. This fight is not going the distance. He says Shawn has talent but not skill, because skill is something you can learn in the gym. And that's why I guess he's asking you, did that strike a chord with you as the trainer, or with your son as, wanting to defend the father?
No, I had to pause on that one for a second so I wouldn't laugh. But you don't get this far in professional boxing. Everybody has their own opinion of boxers and what they do and how they do it, and what happens in the ring, and what this guy looks like, and what that guy looks like, what they expect the guy to look like, how they expect the guy to box. Everybody has their own opinion. It's not like football or basketball or baseball. When you hit the ball out the park, the points go up on the board, or you shoot the three-pointer and the 3 points go up, or the touchdown is scored and the points go up. This is an opinionated sport. Everyone has an opinion. So those judges have an opinion. People watching it have an opinion. The people on the internet have an opinion. Everyone has their opinion of that. But you do not get to this professional level. 2 world championships, probably no less than 8 mid-level titles, NABOs and NABFs, Prospect of the Year, Fight of the Year, international championship as well, leading up to world title. You do not get there without skill. You do not beat Demetrius Andrade without skill. You do not beat Alexander Usyk without skill. You do not beat Errol Rodriguez twice without skill. You do not beat the Olympian Shawn Porter twice without skill. You cannot beat these people if you don't have skill. It's impossible. You just can't be that lucky to repeatedly get decisions over these people. And you got to realize and understand, in the amateurs, there's not a lot of knockouts going on. So we didn't knock out Alexander Usyk. We didn't knock out Demetrius Andrade. We had to outskill them and outwill them and beat them. So Errol has his own opinion, and I see the logic in his opinion. I definitely see the logic in opinion where, if you work at something, you become skillful at it. I get that. I totally understand that. But again, at the same time, you don't beat Adrian Broner if you don't got skill. You don't beat a lot of the people that he's beating, Danny Garcia, if you got skill. You don't get in here and just get lucky. It just doesn't happen. So, he has his opinion. Did it bother me? Not at all. Not even a little bit. Looking forward to his skill against our skill, or his skill against our will, or his skill against our God-given talent, or whatever it is that decides who wins this fight. But that's why they call it a fight. It's not a game. It's a fight. So I'm quite sure that they believe in what they're doing. We believe in what we're doing. I'm so confident in what I'm doing that I love this betting line. I'll be paying for my grandson's college tuition with this betting line. I'm loving it.
Whoa.
Yeah, Sean's a +5. Sean's a +500. So what are you laying it on? Decision, or it's got to be decision, right? Like a stoppage at this level is a little bit far fetched, or do you think that because no one's ever played the dog to the dog, you guys can stop him?
I never go. When you get to this level in professional boxing, you get to this level, the Keith Thurmans, the Danny Garcias, the Shawn Porters, there's not going to be a lot of knockouts at that level. It just doesn't happen once you get to that level. And, this is not to take anything away from Errol Spence. Nothing at all. This is not to take anything away from Shawn Porter or to add anything on to Shawn Porter. It's just once you get to certain levels, the skill levels there are so close that there's not a lot of knockouts. So you didn't see a lot of knockouts when you saw a Hagler Leonard and a Hagler Hearns. And, there was 1 or 2 there, but there wasn't a lot when you saw Duran and a Sugar Ray Leonard. It just, those things stop. Once guys get to certain levels, they know how to defend.
So you weren't as surprised as Sean? Because Sean on the face-to-face made it seem like he was shocked that Errol didn't get the knockout over Mikey, and he was questioning whether or not Errol was disappointed about not getting said knockout. And then Errol actually gave two different answers, one on Face to Face and one on the PBC show. On the PBC show, he actually said that he was disappointed when Shawn first asked him as a host. But in the face-off, he claimed that he wasn't disappointed, that he wasn't looking for the knockout, that he was looking to express and show his boxing skill because everyone thought that Mikey would be the more skilled boxer.
Well, I think that's a different situation to be in. Mikey started his professional career at like 122 pounds or some shit. Okay? That's a different, when you're looking at, it's a different dynamic when you're looking at somebody that started that small and coming up and always small, fighting at smaller weight classes. And Errol walks around naturally at 185 pounds. If he's not training, he's a 185-pound man, period. So Errol expected and wanted to knock Mikey out. Whether he admits to it later or not, he wanted that. That's his expectation. You got a guy coming up 4 or 5 weight classes up to my weight class, and I normally walk around at 180-some pounds. I'm probably a $175 on fight night. Yes, he wanted to knock him out. He could say something different, but he wanted to. And that was his intent, and it didn't work out that way. So he changed it up a little bit, and, maybe he said, I wanted to show my skill and show my boxing and that type of thing. And, Shawn called him on it and said, hey, that's not what you said to me before, but that's part of the face-offs to create those little confrontations that build up the, anticipation of the fight.
Hey, Mr. Porter, now this question is going to be kind of hard to do, but I want you to take yourself out of being the trainer and just like on the outside looking in, if like, say you were me or somebody else who had an opinion. We see Shawn Porter that he's sparring David Benavidez, he's sparring Demetrius Andrade, but I want to know, is the more effective Shawn Porter the guy we've seen against Ugas and Danny Garcia, or is it the one we've seen against Keith Thurman and like Andre Berto?
Well, you're asking me not to look at it as a trainer. There's no way for me not to do that.
I know, because I didn't want you to like kind of give out your game plan, going against Errol Spence, so I wanted to kind of give a third person.
The game plan for the game. No. The game plan for Errol Spence is everything. Game plan for Errol Spence is everything. It can't just be one thing. It can't be two things. It's got to be everything. I'm pretty sure they might have a plan A and a plan B for us, but we got plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and I ask a lot of him, but there's a lot required for him to pull off the things he does. And people won't understand it, and that's a big part of the success because no one has been able to understand it. When I hear the bullshit, and I'll call it bullshit because that's what it is to me, when I hear the bullshit about Errol Spence so tall and he's got all this, he's got this and that over Shawn Porter, I wish he could grow another 3 or 4 inches before fight night, because 5'9" is not tall. It never has been tall. But the internet and social media creates some shit that is really not non-existent. Alexander Usyk, 6'3.5", left-handed, that was tall for us. Jesse Hart, 6'3", left-handed, that's tall. Danny Jacobs, over 6 feet. Demetrius Andrade, 6 feet plus with long-ass arms and left-handed, that's tall. Shawn Estrada, 6 feet plus, this guy's not tall to us. So, he comes in, I'm quite sure, with a game plan, and our game plan is one that, figure it out if you can. If you figure out what just happened 5 seconds ago, in the next 2 or 3 seconds it changes again, and the next 5 seconds it changes again. So we have the ability to do that. I don't think they have the ability to do that. I think he's going to fight one way. If he has the ability to make the adjustments that it takes to make the adjustments, and that works for him, then we're going to keep changing what we do throughout the fight. So, and not just as we come back to the corner. We're going to change that in mid-flow of punches.
So, Mr. Porter, how do you think, because I feel like this will be a tough, close fight, how do you think Errol will respond to some adversity that Shawn presents to him? And do you think that Shawn Porter will be the physically stronger man come fight night?
Errol's a very strong kid. Known him for a long time. Saw some goofy shit. I saw some real goofy shit that put up a post or something to the effect of, Kenny Porter didn't train Errol Spence. I never said I was Errol Spence's trainer, but I was a national and international and Olympic trainer. So when he got to my level, I was ahead of him. When he got to my level, I was already working with Olympians since 2000. So when he got to my level, they put him on one of my teams. I was his head coach, Derek James, and I took him to Russia. You remember that. I was his head coach, and I took him to the Ukraine. You remember that. Wasn't his trainer, but I was the head coach. I also was the technical coach for the 2012 World Championships. I was there with him as well. I was also the technical coach for the 2012 Olympic team, and I worked with him for a year there. When he came to Las Vegas, he didn't come to Las Vegas with Derek James. He came to Las Vegas and he called me and he said, "Coach, I'm coming in to spar Mayweather. Can you come with me?" I'm there. I was the guy that was in the Mayweather gym in his corner with him when he sparred Mayweather. So when I see goofy shit like that, you're not discrediting me. You're discrediting yourself, because what I did actually speaks for itself. The kid's always been strong. He's always been a really tough fighter. Just always has been. So I expect him to be strong on fight night. He's a big man. He's not a welterweight. The boy walks around, he ain't fighting in his right weight class. He walks around at 180 pounds plus. Man up and fight in the weight classes where you should naturally be at. But, he's able to manipulate his weight and come down.
I got to kill the rotation, man. I told my guys in the back end, I said, we not going to cut each other off. But Ken, if you can make the weight, if you can make the weight, you a welterweight. If you can make the weight, you whatever weight you fight at, as long as you can make it. Like, why should he be chastised for making the weight?
I'm just...
And
I'm not chastising. I'm alluding to the fact. I'm alluding to the
188 and you can still get down to 47. That shows how militant, how disciplined, and how your work ethic.
Okay, so that from your standpoint, and again, this is an opinion. From your standpoint, that's fine. I said he has the ability because he's a big, strong guy. So he should be strong in the fight. That's what I was alluding to. His strength comes from being a bigger man coming down to a smaller weight class. That's where he gets his strength from. He's not coming up in weight. He's coming down. So that's why he's usually going to be a bigger, stronger guy on fight night than most of the guys he fights.
But Shawn
I
was
expect us to be big and strong as well. Yes, absolutely he was.
So you
absolutely
guys are evenly
165.
matched. You guys are evenly matched. I mean, the only thing is I don't know if you still do this. I remember you told me maybe 2-3 years ago that Shawn only stays 10 pounds within his fight weight. Does he still do that?
We stay right now. Yesterday he was within 12. So we stay within 12 to 15. And after the Ugas fight, I don't believe we went up any higher than 15. 30 days after the Ugas fight, he was back sparring. But, back to answering the other question, and we try to stay with it because it's just, it's the healthiest thing to do. Letting yourself get out of shape and getting too far out of weight, and then trying to bring that weight down can be a health problem. It's a situation that I don't want to see my guys in. But I expect Errol to be big and strong on fight night. I fully expect him to be fast and determined, and it's going to come down to not just size and speed and not just skill. It's going to definitely come down to will as well. It's going to come down to determination, and I expect it to be a hard-fought, close fight, but I fully expect my guy to come out victorious in this. By everything that I've seen in preparation for this fight, we were right on time. And sparring with a guy like Demetrius, or sparring with a guy like the young kid.
Benavidez?
Yeah, Benavidez. Yeah, a young kid, Benavidez. Big, strong, fast guys help the preparation to fight against a big, strong, fast guy. So, you're not going to get the exact looks that you want with the guy you're fighting. He ain't going to find the exact guy to spar like Shawn. But we do the best we can in preparation, and our preparation has been tremendous. So I'm very confident in that.
What do you make of the media and like all the pundits and the experts really not giving Shawn Porter too much of a chance? You know what I'm saying? We see the betting line got him plus 500. We see people talking about Errol and facing Pacquiao next year, or facing Terrence Crawford down the road. Does that bother you that the public seems to be counting Shawn out?
No, we didn't get picked to beat Demetrius Andrade. We didn't get picked to beat Alexander Usyk. We didn't get picked to beat Edgar Ruiz. We didn't get picked to beat Shawn Strada, Jesse Hart. I can go on and on. We didn't get picked to beat Danny Jacobs. We didn't get picked. We don't get it. That's okay. That's fine. It's nothing new for us. We enjoy this. Think about your level of comfort in doing something that you've always done. We've always gone up against this type of competition. Our adjustment has been fighting smaller guys, not the bigger guys. Our adjustment is fighting smaller guys.
I would be remiss if I didn't ask you this question. We've seen the PBC graphic where they omit the WBO belt. We've seen it in the 168 division, and we also seen it in the 147 division. Now, if Shawn Porter was to win the title against Errol Spence and therefore come and beat Manny Pacquiao, I know I'm saying a lot of ifs, but would you guys be interested in a undisputed fight with Terrence Crawford, or is that not in the plans of the PBC and what you guys got going on?
I can't speak to any of their plans, what they got going on, what they're thinking about doing, anything like that. The Terrence Crawfords of the world, the Errol Spences, the Keith Thurmans, the Manny Pacquiao. We want to fight all of those guys. We want fights with all those guys. The opportunity presents itself, we fight all those guys. Whether it's win, draw, or hell no. I want Terrence. I want Pacquiao. I want Shawn to rematch Keith. If Danny wants to rematch Shawn, I want that fight. I want all these guys to be great, but I want the opportunity to fight all of them. And there's not going to be anything that I do because a particular, promotion or company doesn't want to take on the fight with these guys or negotiate to fight these guys. There won't be anything that I would do to go along with that. I'm gonna do everything I can to make those fights happen.
Hey, Ken, was not fighting like in Dallas more about not giving Errol hometown advantage, or is it more about site fee? Because we figure like you could pack so many more people in one of those stadiums. Like, this is a big fight. Is LA big enough?
We had nothing to do with that. We wanted to go to Dallas. I wanted to go to Dallas. But the truth of the matter is the business said we're not going to Dallas, contrary to what a lot of people think and what they may have heard about how it sold down there. There was a lot of other things that went on in the business that made sure that those seats were sold, and it wasn't just Errol Spence. And, that's part of the business, and that part of the business wasn't happening now because Jerry is into his football season. So, he had a bigger and better things to do, obviously, with his Cowboys. So, didn't work out that way. We wanted to go to Dallas. I asked for Dallas from the start. And after Dallas, there was an option, or at least the conversation came up that we could do New York. And, of course, I was all for the Barclays because, we've had a great crowd there and the energy there. I love it. And LA just kind of came out of the blue. It was a little bit of a surprise.
Yeah, it definitely was a big surprise. Well, first thing first, I want to apologize and send my heartfelt condolences out to you and Shawn Porter
Wait. I'm sorry.
Cleveland Browns.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that, please?
I said, yeah, it was kind of a shock to me that the fight happened in L.A., but I do want to give you my condolences for you, your Cleveland Browns yesterday. They didn't have a good showing. But past that, how important?
You can't give me condolences on them, brother. I don't follow no NFL teams. I just go to events and watch big events. I don't have a NFL team that I'm supporting, and I haven't been a Browns fan since I was a kid. So they lose, they win. I don't even know what the record was last year.
No attachment whatsoever.
My bad. Maybe that's more for Shawn.
No. No NFL player stays with the team that they draft them anymore. No NBA player stays. So I go to good games. I follow good players. I watch good games. And I want to go to the events, But you know what? Just because we're going to be in New York on Monday, because we're doing a Sway in the Morning show. That's a shameless plug.
Shout out Sway.
Monday night we're gonna go to the football game.
What game?
What I do want to ask about
Browns in New York.
Oh.
The Browns and the Jets.
I do want to ask
Monday
you guys
night
about VADA and how important VADA testing is in this fight, and what are the weeks that we're looking at? 8-week, 12-week.
It appeared to me, if I go back, I want to say it was 6. Shawn, was it 6 or 8 when VADA started?
It was 6 weeks?
6 or 8 weeks out from the fight.
Okay. Now, was that something that you guys wanted, or did you guys want like more time to have VADA implemented in this fight? Because we seen with Manny Pacquiao and Keith Thurman, VADA came on like the last month.
Yeah, we wanted VADA. We're year round with VADA, so they come to us anytime they want to come to us. So it was a no-brainer for us to just go ahead and do it. We were already signed up. He's already in the volunteer program. He already does that year round. We just had to get other people on board with it. So, from my understanding, right now they've tested us about 3 times.
Okay. How? Now you said you had to get other people on board with it. How difficult was that to try to get the other side to capitulate to like what you guys wanted?
I don't mean specifically them. I mean like we're on the volunteer list and he wasn't. So that just means that they had to go ahead and sign up. We didn't. We were already part of the program.
Wait, so he wasn't on the list for the last fight, which was also under the WBC sanctions, since Mikey was fighting him and they had like some weird WBC belt there? Didn't no? Wow.
Well, I had seen a list and he wasn't on it, so he could have been. Good morning. He could have been, but I had previously seen a list, and of course, Shawn was on it, and other fighters, but I didn't see him on it. So I don't know. He could have been an outdated list or
What's your
not
opinion?
updated list, maybe.
What's your opinion on that? Right, like let's take it completely away from this fight. There's another fight. Shakur Stevenson, up and coming contenders, going up for the WBO vacant title versus Joette Gonzalez. It's been, I think, scheduled for October. Am I right about that, guys? All right, but the point is, Golden Boy made it a point to release information to the media that a negotiation holdup was VADA testing. Now, Shakur was on the list, and then in June, WBC removed them from their rankings because he was not on, signing up to VADA. But it's just my opinion that as a prospect / contender on this level, why pay 2 sanctioning bodies when you're about to get a shot with the WBO? You know that. Like, your promoter is telling you, you're in the media saying it, the WBO ordered it, so why keep paying the WBC? But, the conspiracy theorists want to have you believe, like, oh, he dropped out, something could be happening, and that's why Golden Boy is saying that it was a hiccup. Similar to this situation, like with Errol, there's always been that stigma, like, why isn't he on the WBC until he is on the WBC rankings, and now you're saying that he's not, which is odd because this was a thing for the Mikey fight. For the Mikey fight, people were like, is he doing VADA? And then they said he was doing VADA, and now you're saying that he's not on the list. It's like, whoa. I know that was a lot of information.
No, he may be on the list. It was just one before we started this, we did check. But again, like I said, it may not have been an updated list. As far as, what just happened with Golden Boy and their fighters, I don't know about that at all. If you give me an option to pay for some different sanctioning fees that I don't have to pay for, I'm not going to be on the list either. But there's a lot of sanction fees.
I kind of want to change gears real quick and just get your reaction, because we haven't had you on the show, to the Manny Pacquiao and Keith Thurman fight. I know you watched the fight. What was your takeaways from that fight? Do you think Keith Thurman can come back and have something left in the welterweight division? And do you think Manny Pacquiao has turned back the hands of time?
And what do you think about the late VADA testing in that fight?
That was definitely something suspect. That particular situation right there is one that I'm not in agreement with. I have no clue or reason why something like that would ever happen, but other than the answer, it is that's boxing, and there's nothing mandated nationally. Every city or every state and every sanctioning body has different rules and regulations, and they kind of pick and choose to use them when it serves them. So in that particular situation, I wouldn't want it to be in it, but maybe Thurman felt like he needed to take the fight, and maybe those were the terms that he had to deal with.
And your thoughts on the fight, the actual fight, and Thurman's performance and Manny's performance, and has he turned back the hands of time?
Well, yeah, he put on a hell of a performance. He definitely showed Pacquiao of old, and I definitely feel like he surprised Keith in a lot of ways. I don't think it was a good situation for Keith to be in, coming off such a long layoff and then just having one tune-up, but, he knew what it was when he signed the contract. I think he really thought that Pacquiao, at 40 years of age, was that good anymore.
last question for you is the whole Saudi Arabia, Andy Ruiz, Anthony Joshua fight. What was your thoughts when you seen that the fight was going to be taking place in Saudi Arabia? And if would you attend if you could? I don't know your schedule coming December, so I was just asking if that was an opportunity to go. Would you go?
Is the fight actually going to be there?
It's announced that they did a 3-city tour.
Why wouldn't it be there?
I don't know. I mean, again, I guess maybe you guys don't take it as seriously as I said. It's boxing. There is no national governing body. There is no president. There is no union. There is no player representation. This is not like the NFL. This is not like the NBA or Major League Baseball. They make their rules to fit them whenever they want to make their rules. So, it is what it is. They can change or do whatever they choose to do. Just like we thought the fight was in Dallas, and then we thought it was in New York, and then it winds up in L.A. I mean, it's just part of what we deal with in this sport. But I would have to, talk to people who've, spend time over in Saudi Arabia. I actually got one in the car with me right now, and pick his brain and ask him, hey, man, what do you think about that? Is that a good trip for us? Is that a safe trip for us? Is that something that we want to do?
And as far as the fight, and
no, they said no. They said no.
Oh,
they said no.
Okay. And as far as the fight,
yeah, they spent a lot of time working over there.
And as far as the fight with Joshua and Ruiz rematch, do you think Ruiz can pull it off again? And if so, in the same fashion, or is it a decision this time?
I think he can definitely pull it off again. I know Andy over 10 years now, and was not surprised when he did it. I was very happy when he did it. I definitely feel like he can pull it off again. Joshua Andy grew up in the sport of boxing since he was a young kid. Joshua was late to start in boxing. When I met him, I want to say at the 2011 World Championships, he had only been boxing a year or two at that point. And I had lunch with him a few times while we were there. And nice guy, quiet kid, but, heavyweights mature later. And he's pretty young for a heavyweight to be winning the title and having, an experience that he's had. It takes heavyweights a longer period of time to mature. If you look at most of the top heavyweights, they're going to be well over 33, 34, 35 years of age.
So, because of Ruiz's experience, can the same thing happen versus a Wilder if he was able to pull the win with Joshua and then go for undisputed?
Different animal, totally different animal. Wilder is a guy that was inexperienced, but he's got an equalizer. He has the ability to hit you and close the show. And I just don't see anybody beating him if he lands that punch on him. He's just got that ability to put a guy to sleep, freeze a guy right in his tracks.
So, with Errol, bringing it back to Errol, like with Errol, I don't know, being so vocal about knowing he can get this win and knowing that he's more skilled and talented than Shawn, why your energy isn't as I don't know, I feel like you wanted to go at Thurman a little harder than you are going at Errol. Is it simply strategic at this point? You feel like not wasting that energy? Or, I don't know, what's up? I feel like you're a little more chill this time around.
Oh, well, I have to be. And even though I was never Errol's trainer, and I never coached him according to Derek James, I know both Errol's mom and his dad. I've traveled with his dad. I've known Errol for many years. I've done a lot of things with him, so I have to respect the relationship that him and I have outside of boxing. Also, the relationship that I have with his mother and his father. It goes, far beyond just the boxing that I have to respect that. So, there's certain things that I can't do just from a personal standpoint or can't say. Even though I had a relationship with Keith as well, I actually spent time with Keith in the amateurs. We shared a hotel room for a whole week in an international tournament. I coached him when he fought Demetrius Andrade. I was in his corner in the amateurs. But I spent a lot more time with Errol. We did a lot of things together, and I have to respect that relationship. Because when the boxing match is over, I still have that.
Speaking of Andrade, since you're using him for sparring and you just brought him up, do you feel that Andrade, if given the same Canelo Kovalev opportunity, the same paycheck, can beat Kovalev November 2nd this year?
I don't think he's given the same accolades, and I don't think that he's gotten his just due to this point. I think he's really going to have to figure out some kind of way to fire under these guys' ass to get him the bigger fights, because he's in the background compared to those guys, and he went over there, but it's sometimes the other side ain't as they say the other side. Sometimes it's just not as the grass ain't greener.
Yeah, but do you think if the financial opportunity knocked on the door, Keith Conley, no, he's not with Keith Conley, but it doesn't matter. Whoever he's with called him and said, look, we got the same Kovalev deal. All you got to do is go beat Kovalev November 2nd this year, just like Canelo. Just move up 2 weight divisions and beat Kovalev November 2nd. Can he do it?
Yeah, I believe he could do it.
Can
I believe he could do it.
Can Jamal Charlo the same way? Can he do it on November 2nd?
I don't know if he could do that. That's a different type of fighter. I believe that, and it's a different kind of fighting. Styles make fights. I believe that Demetrius' left-handed style, his speed and his movement creates problems for Kovalev, and you may not have that. You won't have that same dynamic.
90 seconds.
Charlo's a great fighter, but I don't think that's the same dynamic. I think that Demetrius, really separates himself with his talent and his skill and his length and his speed and being left-handed.
I think the better question.
So listen, guys, I gotta say goodbye to you because we're on the road and we're pulling up to the gym right now.
60 seconds.
All right, champ. Well, thanks for being on the show, man. Send Shawn our
I'm
love.
not the champ. The champ's sitting next to me. Say hello to him.
Man, you are the champ. You are the champ.
Champ's sitting next to me. Say hello to him.
You got that WBC trainer's belt. We seen it. But
Hey, what's up,
Shawn, how are you?
Let's go, champ.
Hey, what's up? I'm good, man. How y'all?
Oh, we're good, man. Happy to have you, man. Have a good day in training, brother. Best of luck with this fight.
Let's wish us September.
Going great, man. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Many blessings.
September 28th, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
All
Bye
right.
now.
There you have it. Well, we had all that time. I didn't even know Shawn was in the car, man. You got to stay focused.
The question, though, man, the better question would have been, would Canelo be favorite as he is going in
10 seconds
on the 2nd against Demetrius Andrade and Jamal Charlo if they were fighting on the 2nd? I think that's the better question. I know you guys trying to make it like those guys go up and do what Canelo's doing. People can't do that. All right, everybody's not Canelo. I want to know if Canelo's going to be favorite as much as he is against Kovalev against those same guys on that same day.
No, I hear you. But and you're right. Maybe that's a better way to preference it. But that's also why I said, if given the same financial opportunity, and I think in a way you're right. Yeah, everyone is in Canelo, but whoever's managing Demetrius or handling him is the better word, which is Eddie, where we all know he got the bag. You telling me he could be offering 5 was the first offer for Javante, 130, then 6, 7, 8, and 10. Maybe we got to sit down and talk about it. But you can't offer Kovalev 10 to fight fucking Andrade? Come on, man. You could build a star if you want to build a star. And that's why I'm arguing with them in my interviews. And not really arguing because I told them my energy ain't there. I'm just trying to understand why you making these meaningless fights with people in hopes to build their profile. The way people put eyeballs in fights is by Errol and Porter fighting each other, not by Errol fighting Chris Van Heerden. It doesn't work that way. So, like, people, like, again, that Angel Heredia fight, that was crazy. I don't even think that was his name. Was it Mario Heredia? Like, that was a super sidestep for poor Flip. But Philip don't even care. I follow him on Instagram. My man's like, whatever part of the world where he's from, obviously has good weather. No, not Le Greco. Overlooking. Yo, at least he kept it in Sean's resume. Sean beat him in AC a long time ago. And Errol, right? Didn't he fill in for Errol? He filled in for Errol late. Yeah, so they both got a piece.
Sean beat him too.
Who?
Who?
I ain't hear you.
Amir Khan.
Oh, yeah. He just beat him. Though. He just beat him after everybody already won him through the meat grinder. You know how that is. Yo, why I seen something. Let me tell you something. Someone emailed me. No, we get all sorts of messages, however they come in. So it could be IM, message, WhatsApp, Messenger from Facebook, so many things. But I got something, and they're like, yo, Ness, I live in Saudi. I work in Saudi. The AJ fight is coming to Saudi and another Amir Khan before the AJ fight. Is that true? Is there even time for Amir to get another fight out there?
He might. I don't know.
Amir is crazy, bro.
If it's going to be Billy Dib again, I mean, shit, why not? You know what I'm saying? $8 million to fight a guy 2-weight class. It might be that go at dude again. You know what I'm saying? They might have to reschedule that fight again. And do that shit again.
Yeah, I guess. Now it's built up.
Yeah.
Let's get to these calls. What do we got? We got NO on the mastermind. Talk to me.
What up, NO?
NO. What up?
How my audio sound, bro?
Sam Goody.
Alright, look, check this out, bro. Man. Nah, I ain't hear the whole interview, you heard? Mind you, I ain't hear the whole interview, dog. But when I came in, why he always talking about he knows somebody, dog? It's one time. I'm ready for the scrap, dog. I'm not trying to hear about who you know, man. That's no Mike. Mike no Doom, man. I ain't, like, it's one time, dog. Like, let's talk about, look, after the fight, yeah, man, I love Miles. Oh, listen, man, it's war, man. I don't want to see no outside boxing, man, dog. I want to see a hell-of-a fight, man. I done spend money on my tickets, hotel rooms, the flight, and I'm gonna buy that motherfucker on pay-per-view, man. I don't want to hear nothing about it. No, I don't want to hear no little partner shit, bro. You dig? Because if you were my friend, Ness, if you were my friend, you would have been fought me, dog. You dig? You wouldn't have gave Granado's, you wouldn't have put no money in Granado's pocket. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but yo, you think about it from the wrong standpoint, because remember, he putting money in his pocket.
They tried to box him out, dog. Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia. Instead, they tried to box him out, man.
Come on, man.
You know that's what happened, dog.
This your
Keep
job.
It real.
This your job, man, no? This your job. You got to think about it from that standpoint. You going to tell me they going to offer you.
What you mean? Yeah, I got a job to do. I got to punish the dudes at the top of the division. That's my job. My job is to scrap. I'm a fighter.
All right.
You dig? Mm-hmm. So it's your job to fight somebody weaker than you. That's what you're saying, right, Ness? It's your job to fight somebody who you know you're going to beat up. That's your job.
Nah, but remember, I like to believe that sometimes these fights cannot happen for financial reasons, even tax reasons.
So he got more money to fight Granados. He got more money to fight Granados.
Let me talk, because you already passed the 130. What I mean by that is, like you said, he got more money to fight Granados. Exactly. So maybe they can't give him $10 million up front for Errol or for Danny, whoever he fought after Granados, let's say. You know what I'm saying? And they use the Granado fight plus the other fight as the one purse. You get what I'm saying? This shit happens in this business, bro. I'm telling you. Like Tyson Fury, tune up, then Wilder. Like, it's not because they want to build them up. Like, it's money. He getting money for them fights.
Yeah, you can't afford one big ass purse, so you got to chop them up. You know what I'm saying? You got to give them Granados. You got to give them guys. Then you come back with the big time Errol Spence fight. You know what I'm saying? Probably would have got, in a perfect world, you know what I'm saying? If you're Shawn Porter, you deserve $20 million for an Errol Spence fight, but you might have to chop it up and get 15, get 2 here, 2 there.
And if you're Shawn and the trainer, you're looking at it like, okay, a guy. I mean, look, I'm not saying it wasn't a tough fight. I'm not saying every fight is winnable, but you know what I mean? You get into also now build the profile of the fighter. He gets another fight, more exposure. It's a fight he should win. You know what I mean? That check, that camp, preparation. Like, yo, it ain't easy to make these big fights. Or we could just be dreaming. But let's see who we got. We got that one white boy. What up?
What up,
Oh, actually, I'll be back to you, champ. Got to get to the alumni statuses here on a boomerang tip.
Straight to the point for those with attention deficit. I'm so repetitive, so I gotta repeat. Stainless from the street to the deep. I'm coming with that heat. All you need to know about me, I'm coming with that heat.
Yo, what up, Stainless?
Yo, DBV was good.
What up?
Man, good interview with Kenny Porter as always. It's too bad that no Shawn was in the car the whole time. I'm sure some questions we could have asked him, but you always hit him with the facts. But even better than that, the return of Mike Ross. You know what I'm saying? What up, bro? You know what I'm saying? Good to hear from you. You know, we talk about.
Well, pretty much.
You breaking up? You breaking up or you smoking?
Shit. I thought you.
Man, you already know I'm smoking. We talking about Andre sparring Porter. That's good, I guess. You know, I know they old friends though, so I wonder what that work gonna look like. But I just hope it makes for a better fight.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying? I heard y'all said he sparred Benavidez too.
What's up with this fake we friends, we can't spar shit? Man, what y'all talking about? Earl out here whooping people ass and sparring. Still chilling.
It ain't even we friends, we can't spar, but sometimes you take it a little easier, you know what I'm saying? Like you ain't as focused. Man, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all friends.
Because y'all friends, the only thing that's different is that it's better work because your friend is gonna focus on what you really need to get done. You know, someone you don't know, y'all just two dudes going hard, but there's no doubt in my mind that Errol was, man, he ain't going soft. Look at all the rumors Errol had about sparring. He ain't going soft on nobody.
Yeah, but you talking about Errol. We talking about Shawn Porter right now. And Shawn Porter right now, he has bigger guys helping him out. We don't want to hurt a guy who's going into a championship fight. So I can understand when Stanley is saying how that sparring is looking like, because I'm pretty sure Porter, Kenny that is not allowing these guys to go full throttle as far as just having these wars in sparring. I'm pretty sure that they were brought in to work on specifics. So yeah, that sparring. Exactly. If it was on cam, I wouldn't be too surprised if it wasn't like the ones you see for Errol. Errol's working guys.
So you telling me you guys are funny as fuck. My man beat Usyk in the amateurs, but Errol is the only one that could spar 175-pounder full throttle, not Shawn.
No. That's not what I'm saying.
That's what
I'm saying. I hope that they don't. I'm saying I hope they don't get too caught up in their relationship outside the ring
shit.
and not focus on the specifics. Because Porter been fighting big dudes. That's nothing new for Shawn Porter.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Man. Demetrius
like
going
he's always
in there,
been somebody intense when he spars.
He going in there with the best intentions, man. He going in there with his boxing mind and his body and the fact that he's a southpaw. Like, he going in there to give him the work he need. I highly doubt he going to go light. And the only going light is going to be like Mike, like when we with Wilder, you know, and he could kill you. And he like, look, you see right there? You know what I'm saying? Could have been dead right there. You know what I mean? So that's different. That's different.
Hey, but yo, please make sure you push the thumbs up. Share this in every episode of the Boxing Voice podcast because it's TBV for life. And if you ain't on Patreon, it's because you're stupid. Shout out to El Camino. I know some other callers on here. I want to let them get their call too.
We got a couple of super chats right quick. We got one coming from Jeffrey Rodriguez. Taylor and Regis kept saying they headline. We got one coming from Eric Cruz. Fight promo was shown on a Cowboys game. Thumbs up. Yeah, man, definitely good move from PBC and Fox. We got one from Fidel Mercado. Does Kenny see any flaws in Errol that he thinks that he can exploit? I'm pretty sure he does. I'm pretty sure there's a couple in there that he may take away from the maybe the Kell Brook fight. It's the only really trouble that I've seen Errol Spence in. I don't know what do you guys think?
Nah, I mean that Fidel, the Fidel one, we should ask that when Kenny was on.
Yeah, and we got one more coming from Rick James Jr. I hate the way Shawn fights, but I'll be honest with you. I hope he wins this fight. I just hope it isn't a headbutt fest like the Berto fight that was. Then he gives it the throwing up emoji.
All right, well, let's get through some of these callers. We got
and look, man, you can't really put that all on Shawn Porter. We did see Berto when he fought Devin Alexander. It was kind of a headbutt kind of clashing thing too. So I'm not going to just put that on Shawn that he's a headbutting kind of dude because we seen against Danny that wasn't the issue or against Ugas.
I mean, it's not like Shawn's in there, you know, purposely, you know, going bonks on people, you know, trying to headbutt you and shit. But, like, it's just his style.
Who was it that, I know this shit gonna be fucked up.
Bradley used to have that stigma.
Now, who was it that put, like, a fucking glove on their head and, like, went into a sparring match with, I think somebody was getting ready for Shawn. I don't know, man. Maybe
that's funny.
Yeah, they did a little parody on him.
They put a glove on his head.
That's crazy. Let me get to Jonathan. Talk to me.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Hello?
Yes.
All right. Hey, good morning, and everybody. Mike, welcome back. I want to say thanks to Kenny, man, for getting on the line. Great trainer. Both of us out of Ohio, me specifically Canton, even though I live in Charlotte, North Carolina now. Great guy. Great trainer. Unfortunately, I think he knows that his son's going to lose. There's some things in his interview that he said that was very telling and very interesting. He called Spence a weight bully, but yet his son is the one who didn't make weight this last fight. He said Errol wasn't big compared to the fighters that he gave, but yet he called him a weight bully. And he said he's not a big man, but he said Errol needs to move up and fight in his right class. So shouldn't Shawn move up since he didn't make weight last fight? And Shawn Porter said it himself that he wasn't interested in fighting Terrence Crawford. So are they not on the same page in regards to that? Because Kenny's saying that they want to fight, but Shawn basically said that's like the last option for him to fight Bud. So I'm a little confused on that. And you know, Kenny went on this whole rant during the Keith Thurman fight. Oh, he been in a wreck. Oh, this, oh, that. But the end result was Thurman won. And I just kind of feel like it's the same thing with Spence. Oh, he's out of shape. We got plan A, B, and C. Shawn is a great talent, but he doesn't have it mentally. I don't know how smart Shawn is as a person, and it kind of shows in the fight. His escapability isn't the best. And he doesn't know how to use his jab the best. He does a lot. He wastes a lot of energy getting inside, and does no work once he get there. Like, it's kind of like Doomy said, the mid-range game. Shawn's mid-range game is horrible. And I just see Errol pinching that body every time they get close when Errol escapes and using the jab and stiff arm to keep him at distance. I see Errol holding his head down and punching that body, and Shawn doing everything different than what his father is telling him. Kenny is a great trainer, and it's unfortunate.
One thing to be noted, you don't become a two-time world champion by being an idiot or not having ring IQ. You know what I'm saying? So for him to say, I don't know how smart Shawn Porter is in the ring, I think it's kind of disingenuous. And he's only lost twice. He's only lost to Kell Brook, which Ness says is a fucking snooze fest, whole fest, and Keith Thurman in a fight that I thought, in my opinion, he could have got the nod in.
Yes, sir. Lids low, Ringer.
Hey, what's happening, crew? Shout out to everybody. I shout out to Baldy for making me a ringer. I want to say shit. To be honest, man, I think it is gonna be a close ass fight. I'm gonna give it a 55-45 Spence weight. But I don't know, that goddamn Porter, man, the way, because he is an awkward little motherfucker in the way he come in, so this is going to be something different for Spence. So that's why I'm happy to see the motherfucker, you know what I mean? And by the way, speaking of Spence, I don't think he's staying in 147 past next year. Mind you, his goal is to get out of belt and then come holler at Crawford, which should be at the end of next year sometime. Now back to this Regis and Chisora bullshit, man. Fuck Chisora, man. Regis did just fine, man. He ain't have to say shit. Nigga, we number 1 and number 2, bitch. Nigga, what you is? Fuck you talk about. And we came to your country. And we goddamn main event. I ain't gotta say a goddamn thing. Fuck you, nigga. And we still gonna be the main event. That's my call. I'm out there.
I mean, that's all fine and dandy, but the thing is, he did choose to say something. And everything you saying he ain't got to say, you saying it proudly, it means you wanted him to say it. So we want the same thing. We wanted him to say that. Oh, I thought, all right. Anyway, we got Brandon. Talk to me, Cincinnati.
What up, B?
What's good, Mike Ness, Doomy, Big Super Mex? I might go in and out. I'm on this fucking road, man, going through these woods and mountains and shit. But I think it is a great idea for Shawn Porter to spar some bigger guys with some, longer reach. Errol Spence does have that, long power jab that they like to whip out. Him and the Charlos both got that similar power jab that they like to use a lot and whip it. So sparring the taller guys, with some longer reach will help him. I just don't think Shawn has the physical attributes to go over top of that jab like a guy with, like Kell Brook was able to. Kell Brook was able to have success going over the top of that jab, countering him with that right hand and shit. And I just don't think Shawn Porter got the physical, attributes, the length, the reach to do that. And I think that's the game plan to beat Errol, is go over top of that jab, countering him. But I know one man who does have the reach advantage, and that's Bud Crawford. That's all I'm going to say, man. After this fight over Errol, if you win, you don't get that Pacquiao fight, I don't want to hear about no motherfucking mandatories. I don't want to hear about no Danny Garcia. Strap season. You said strap season, go get that Bud Crawford strap. Weight bully Bud. That's all I'm going to say. Be the weight bully against Bud and make that happen. Don't wait on Pacquiao. Pacquiao won't Mikey or Danny. Go ahead and get that strap over there. Strap season, remember? That's all I'm going to say. Keep that same energy. You guys have a great day, man. I'll holler at you later.
Cut it. Going out to Joshua, New Orleans. Talk to me.
What up, Josh?
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Mike? Welcome back. Good morning. I'm gonna start it off with the Regis Prograis. When I heard the interview and listened to it on YouTube, I felt a little disrespected. He got little niggas by Chisora, and he made a comment saying something about it being on his mind, what this dude said about the headliner. But in agreement of Ness, he should have said something man to man. He didn't have to get all like ignorant or take it to a point where he really wasn't trying to take, because he wasn't trying to take it there. But he got a little nigga about Chisora, and the comment he came back was weak. The interview with Kenny Porter was a good interview, but I am of the agreement of the weight manipulation. You cut him off with a question that's when you said something about what Shawn does as well, but me seeing Errol and being of the same stature and same height, frame, and all that stuff, I knew if I fought at welterweight, I knew I would be considered a weight bully because of my size and my muscle mass and getting down. And I do believe Errol Spence is not fighting in his right weight class. I have always believed that when I see him and seeing where he comes down from. So a weight bully tactic is somebody that cuts weight and manipulates weight because dehydration and cutting water out and all the liquids out your body is how you make your weight. So Errol is too big for the weight. He has always been too big for the weight.
I hear you, Joshua, but look at what you're saying at the end of your call. Earl's just too big for the weight. He's always been too big for the weight. How could you use that sentence when the man's never missed weight? Y'all got to stop hating on him, man. Until he's looking like Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., trying to make 160, until he's testing positive for diuretics, trying to make, 147. Y'all got to stop this. Y'all hating on the man. That's his talent. He knows how to get down. So it's okay for Algeria to stay at 140 all his fucking career. He moved up to 47, lost, and it's okay for him to say in his 30s or his late 20s, I'm going to move down because I'm a nutritionist, and no one questions it. Why? Because he ain't knocking people out? Only people who look dominant are weight bullies, I guess. Come on, guys. If you make the weight, you fight at the weight. Now, if you start testing positive for diuretics, that's different.
Yeah, for the record, well, those are two things that we don't want to happen. We don't want them to look like Chavez or fail for any kind of diuretic. So, yeah, man.
I mean, you know what? Earl's not growing up anymore. You know what I'm saying? He's not getting any bigger. That's where he's at, and that's where he'll stay. He's making the weight that good. You're right, Ness. Unless he's taking some bullshit or anything else, he's making the weight. The only concern to me would be for him, not staying at that weight or close to it as possible. As you grow older, it does start affecting you.
Yo, why y'all acting like my man is, a normal dude, right? Like, think about this. Yeah, he said we're gonna go with Ken Porter's weight, 188. A normal dude at 188. Right, that decides he wants to fight at 47, he's out of shape. He's got no muscle mass. We're talking about a welterweight champion of the world who fights at 47 the night before. He's 47 the night before his fight. Comes into a fight like 154. And in 2 months, balloons to like 88. That's not weight, bro. That's fucking eating. That shit jumps right off. It's different being fat and it being there for years at a time. This dude
but I'm not talking about those guys, though. I'm not talking about the regular Joe Schmo.
But that's what you.
I'm just talking about period.
From Earl,
period.
though.
What it does on the human body. Look, you're not gonna just sit here and tell me that Earl's like a Superman over here. He's a regular human being, but he's an athlete. And he's a boxer, and he's geared his life and his body towards boxing and fighting.
Exactly.
Now, it still doesn't mean that you still got to work just as hard to take off this weight. Yeah, when you have muscle, you burn fat a lot faster. So, yeah, you comparing him to a guy who's coming off the street or any regular guy losing weight that's just fat, it's a lot different. Yeah, it is a lot different, but he still has to lose all that weight. And as he gets older, okay, I'm pretty sure that he's going to want to move up or he's going to want to stay as close as possible to that weight class.
Yo, we've seen fighters like Gervonta Davis on a big level lose their belts on a scale. We've seen fighters pass out. We've seen Daniel Jacobs chewing gum looking like Skeletor. We haven't seen any of this from Earl.
No, he has the discipline.
Any of this from Earl. You guys are more worried about Earl's well-being at 47 than his team. They are making the weight fine. Get off him. Like, yo, it's not good for him in the long term. do he look like other motherfuckers that struggle to make weight? Crawford, okay? Crawford on fucking HBO 2-Day Portrait was in blankets, wrapped in towels, and then a fucking sauna suit. And then they put him in like a coffin or some shit. Come on, bro. Come on, you talking about weight bully? That shit is on video. You motherfuckers speculating about Errol. You want to assume he did what Crawford did. You want to assume he's going to struggle like Julio Cesar Chavez. Until he does, get the hell off him. Jeez Louise. Oh, no, it's not safe. It's not safe. Oh, no, because, I seen fighters pass out. I ain't seeing Errol pass out. I seen Errol at the Mikey fight pumping his chest. Y'all back up. Back up.
I've seen weight bullies though. Like if you watch like the UFC and you watch those guys the day before and to the day after, these motherfuckers put on 25, 30 pounds. Easy.
Yeah, but the UFC is a little different.
Yeah, they got it down to a sound like nigga. They got a performance institute that actually helps you cut the weight. You know what I'm saying? Helps you get your nutrition, your blood levels, all that shit down to help you cut the weight. So they are a little bit more advanced in the UFC than in boxing, but it's still not healthy, like Dumi says.
You know what though? I forget too though, man. These guys are, they have the money, they have the trainers, they have the facilities, they have everything that can help them out. Sometimes, I do speak from a perspective from not just amateur, but from a regular Joe Schmo kind of guy, regular budget kind of guy, right? But yeah, these athletes got everything they need at their disposal. They have the money and the foods. Yeah, so
nutritionists, chefs, everything, bro. Access to saunas and steam rooms and massages.
The cryo chambers, all of that.
Cryo chambers, the coupling on the back. Come on, bro.
Man.
When you got money, dog, you got money, and you gonna get in shape. That's your job. It's your job to get in shape. So hell yeah, if you want to eat fucking ribs, go eat ribs. Go eat ribs. You know how they work. But anyway, we going back out to these calls. We got new money. Talk to me. New money. Go on one.
Money on top. On top of money. What's up?
What up?
What up, Pepper?
It's been a while. Listen, I don't know how Kenny Porter can call Errol Spence a weight bully because I'm of the knowledge that Shawn Porter was fighting at 165 in amateurs. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
There you go.
I said that to him.
How could he be a weight bully? That doesn't even make sense.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well, it just sounds like a bunch of excuses, to be honest. I think they know what Errol's going to come with, and I think that they know he's going to come hard. For me, Demetrius Andrade, of course, Demetrius Andrade can always, help you, like, sparring and that, whatever, but I just don't see how Shawn Porter can beat Errol Spence. Like, on the inside, Spence beats him. If he keeps him on the outside, he can beat him. He's the better boxer. He's the bigger puncher. To me, it looks like he got the better IQ. I think in the clinch, Spence probably may be stronger than Porter, but I can't be sure. But I just don't see how Shawn Porter beats Errol Spence, man.
All right.
Hey, new money, man. I was watching Top Boy last night, man. Why they do my little homie dog like that, bro?
Yo, what you said? You like the show, yeah?
Yeah, man. Pretty good.
It's kind of all like little paid in full kind of thing, man. Like all kind of snowfall kind of thing.
Already.
New money, man. Thanks for calling in. Troy, Boomerang.
Yeah, what's up? You know what? You have to stop my call because of Shawn, because of Mr. Porter. But the question I asked is, if you take the Parker fight off with Derek, can the Taylor versus Prograis fight sell by itself over there?
It doesn't have to sell.
That was my question.
It doesn't have to sell. Those purses were already paid for. Remember, World Boxing Super Series. This is not
Okay,
Prograis'
great.
fault
And how
or
they gonna make their
job.
money back if the fight doesn't sell?
Again,
I mean,
not Prograis' fault or job. That's not his job. You talking about how they gonna make their money? You asking two questions.
I didn't ask you his job. I simply asked you a yes or no question, brother. Can the fight sell by itself? Or no, you know what?
All the
Cancel
other
that
ones
question.
did. All the other ones did.
Which other ones?
All the other World Boxing Super Series fights.
Okay.
Look, you don't
I'm
remember
gonna ask
none. You don't remember none, but they still
I'm
got on a
I'm
venue.
gonna repeat myself. Can Progress and Taylor sell a fight by themselves in the UK? That's a simple question.
Absolutely.
Good. Okay, good.
Actually,
then so why
they were
didn't Eddie?
they were going to do it in Glasgow, but Taylor did.
Why didn't they do it?
Because probably Prograis didn't want to give him fucking home court advantage. Why would you give him home court advantage?
Or he said he wanted to do it like London.
I could guarantee you that Eddie won't take off the Parker fight. I guarantee you he's going.
Guarantee it inside a minute 30. Get out of here, guaranteeing. Just like you guarantee Wilder's gonna fight Brazil. He's gonna fight Brazil next. I promise.
He sells though. I mean, I do think it sells. I mean, I think Josh Taylor and Regis are two of the best at 140, and Josh Taylor has a little backing over there. And,
yeah, Josh got his backing too, man. Like he acting like he ain't from UK either.
No, that's the thing. That I was going there, Doomy. It's funny. It's funny how Chisora blacks out, and now this is the Americans card. Can Regis sell it? No longer is. Who the fuck is Josh Taylor then? Why are we in London? No, it's Regis' fault. He blacked out on Regis. Regis at least spoke up and said we the one and number two. What the fuck did Josh Taylor say? Well, hello, guys. How's everybody doing? And everybody laughed? Come on. He fucking cut the air? That's all he did.
I thought Josh Taylor talked a little shit. I got to go back and see that.
I ain't see that.
He didn't really say much.
I ain't
he
see
said
that.
like maybe 2-3 sentences, and that was
I ain't
it.
see that. What'd he say? You said 3 sentences? What would he say in them 3?
Hey, I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, nah, but he didn't address them.
He definitely didn't address Derek Chisora.
Exactly. So, like, I'm being hard on Regis because I wanted more from Regis. I wanted him to capitalize on the opportunity. But fucking Josh Taylor tucked his tail. He ain't say nothing. And then his promoter couldn't say nothing. They told him to shut up.
He should have went Sean Connery on that.
Come on, man. Like, yo, people. But that's the thing. Now it's the American. Oh, ha, ha. Look at what Chisora said to the American. Where the fuck? So he's fighting himself? Is Prograis fighting Chisora or he's not fighting? Like, what the fuck? It's so unfair over there. I'm telling you, it's crazy, bro. But anyway, we going to. We got Majid in Florida.
Right?
What?
Mr. PBC ain't online?
Nah, he caught talking about let him on, but he's not on.
Oh, okay.
You know? We got Majid. Bruh, he be making his own rules up, that guy.
Yeah, he do.
Yeah, man. So I seen that Chisora thing live or whatever, and I tell you straight up, Chisora shut that shit down. When he started talking, nobody really was saying shit. Regis, he was the only one that had enough balls to start saying something. But once Chisora let it be known, he like, I'm about to flip the fuck out, shit shut down. Like, people were scared to talk, you know? So I could link after the show or whatever so you could see the whole fucking thing. But yeah, he shut that shit down, you know? And I feel like as far as it go with Shawn Porter getting Andrade to do the training, I think that'd be good because once Shawn try to get on that inside, Andrade gonna be throwing combos from angles that, you know, kind of similar to Spence or whatever. Not the same style, but just angles that Shawn Porter gonna have to deal with. So I think it's good. You know, I don't know how it's gonna benefit, if it's gonna benefit, but good work is good work. So I gotta give it up to Shawn Porter for that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't got no predictions, no nothing. I like how y'all got Kenny on the thing. I'm on this long ass road trip, and y'all made this shit a little bit easier for me because I'm going from Florida to Cincinnati, Ohio for some work and shit. So everybody like these videos and good shit, y'all. And welcome back, Mike, man. What the fuck? That's all I got.
Yo, man, you in for a treat, man, because I got a bunch of other shit planned, man. Hopefully we can get together. Plus, now that the three of us are here, we want to do. I mean, this show just ran over. I didn't expect.
Safe travels too, Majid. Safe travels, bro.
Yeah, I didn't expect this to roll over, but I definitely want to do Film Study Tuesday today, man. With that,
Yeah,
at
man.
least, if
you know
not,
we gotta give Mike the treat.
I watched Marcos McDonough.
That's fucked up, man. How you gonna watch it without us?
We was excited to have you on for the first time watching this shit.
It was 6 knockdowns.
Huh?
He said it was 6 knockdowns.
Versus Victor Ortiz, right?
Ah, never mind. Okay, I'm like, damn.
Which one you watch?
I think the Khan and McDonough nigga. I'm thinking that the 12
But what
rounds
you think of
could be
that?
popping.
What you think of that 10th round? Joe Cortez and Cheetah. Keep it real.
Nah. Khan showed something, bro.
But
Khan
he took
like
a point.
he
took a
Deontay
point.
Wilder, and no disrespect to my guy, Wilder was in more trouble than Khan was in.
Bro, but
Khan
he
was
took
still
a
moving
point,
around the ring.
though. Look, Khan was in trouble, and the ref took a point with no elbow.
Oh yeah, that was kind of dicey. Yeah, that was dicey.
He saved them on the ropes, and he took a point in that round. Like, come on, man, he cheated him.
Film study.
Nah.
That body shot was legit though.
The one that he thought he was watching was Ortiz versus
I thought I was watching the
McDonough.
Ortiz one.
That's the one that got the fucking
Bro,
fire.
I thought 5 knockdown wasn't coming like the 12th round. I'm like, holy shit, Conor McDonough finna be popping this 12th round. He said 6 knockdowns. Shit, I seen one already. I need 5 more. But no, I gotta go back and watch the Ortiz.
Nah, yo, and that Khan McDonough knockdown surprised the fuck out of me.
That
I'm
body
like,
shot was
what?
perfect. That shit was perfect.
I was so mad. I was like, yo, no, you know I'm a Khan hater.
McDonough had his ass on the 10th though, boy. Khan was getting knocked. He was getting touched, nigga. I ain't gonna lie. That was because when you think about Khan, man, you think about him, his chin not standing up. But that 10th round, McDonough was catching this with some shit.
But he was drunk, dog. I'm telling you, that fight could have been. You tell me that fight could not been stopped in that round. Am I overreacting? I'm stretching it.
I've seen worse.
Man, I guess I gotta go back and see. It's been. Listen, I probably ain't see it since it happened. I'm telling you, that's an old fight too. We got Steve. Talk to me on Skype. Steve.
What up, Steve?
Yeah.
What up?
Good morning. How you guys doing?
All good, man.
Okay, I'm gonna predict an upset. I got Porter. I think he's gonna get Spence. I think it's gonna be the shock of the year.
Tell me how. Don't give
I don't
me
know
no
if it's the
generic
shock of the
answer.
year,
Tell
man.
me how.
I don't know if it's the shock of the year. This year has been the year of the upset, so you got to be way more, specific than that.
I just think Porter's gonna outwork him. I think he's gonna get a decision. That's
How?
what I think.
Is he gonna negate Spence's reach? Is he
He's
gonna
just
be
gonna
on the
outwork
inside?
him.
Is he gonna
Porter, I
outbox
know-
him from the outside?
You know, Spence, everybody thinks he's got the power in that, but what I saw him do against Mikey, I don't know. I don't believe in Spence anymore. And I don't buy that stuff that, he didn't want to knock him out and all that. I don't buy that. When you fight, you go in the ring, you go in there to knock somebody out. You just don't box around just to show us that you can box. That's a bunch of bullshit. I lost a lot of faith in Spence after that fight.
Ooh.
I think Porter's gonna win. That's all I'm saying. I want to talk a little bit about that Regis. You guys know I like Regis.
Cut it, champ. Cut it. Minute 30, champ. You got to get them in. And I gave you more than a minute 30 because I'm a nice guy. Black John, talk to me.
Black John, what's up, man? Yo, Black.
Yo, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
All right. Yeah, I'm just out here. Just got done with my work listening to you guys. Mike, welcome back.
How many miles you put in?
Also, man, Super Big Max, man, he's great. I hope y'all keep him on the show, too, man. Other than that, looking forward to Spence Porter. Callers are funny, man. I don't know how you can watch somebody for a whole fight and lose face, but, to each his own. The Kenny Porter interview was great. He's always a good interview. The thing with the Shawn and Errol is, man,
that age-old adage about styles make fights, man, and they just gonna both be running into each other till someone takes a step back, and I'm excited to see that. Other than that, man, as usual, great show. Oh, another thing about Spence and his weight. You know, I always call in with my physical fitness stuff and my training stuff, man. Some people who put on, like, when after Spence fights, he puts on that weight, all that's water weight, man, even if he's eating. And that stuff is just going to fall off even if it's sleep. His muscles working through the night. It don't stop working. Until he takes a week or two or a month off, he ain't going to see his body change. So he's going to be fine until he decides to not be so disciplined. Other than that, love what you guys do. I'm gonna hang up and listen to you guys after this.
Shout out
All
Black
right,
John.
Black John, thanks for calling in. We got NO on the boomerang. Actually, NO, wait one moment. We got Dominic. Talk to me.
What up, Seattle? Mr. PBC.
Oh, I mean, I gave him that already, right? He called in the first time.
First time calling in.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Mr. PBC, baby.
Last time I checked, I was the man on these streets. They call me residue, I leave blow on these beats.
Yo, what's good? Y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yo, Mike, I'm getting dead ass tired of you playing these little mind games, bro. Nigga, you do that shit again, nigga, I'm gonna travel to your state and fight you in a wheelchair, nigga. I don't give a fuck. And to Kenny, you know, that was a good call, and I respect Ness getting out there and not being scared. Do what you gotta do, Ness. And to Kenny, I respect him trying to, you know, bump up his son to be somebody and something, but you know, he had a hard time with Ugas, and you know, with that Ugas fight, he tried to switch up the style, and we've seen that style didn't work, so he had to go back to the dirty fighter he is, and that's what he has to do. You can't switch it up now. Just like Anthony Joshua just now losing weight, you're gonna lose your power, like Andy Ruiz said, and you're helping the other fighter. So you switch that style, you're gonna go to the style he works with. I mean, he bullied Floyd Mayweather, so let's keep that in mind. And Mike, man, stop playing these games, bro. You know, you ruining the show. And you know, but I did hear that Young Jeezy, and I remember you told me about it, and that shit was hard. I hope he keeps on coming back, but he acts like you, Mike. He'd be like, "Oh, I'm gonna get out the game. I ain't coming around." He don't come around all the time. You know, come on, man. Mike, stop doing that.
Oh my God, boy, you are on fire today, my dog.
Hey man, but much love to Ness. Much love to Doomy. He's hella good at you know fight commentating, and much love to Mike. You know, we support all y'all, and I pay Patreon just to support. No, I don't do it for fun. I do it for respect. And that's my call.
We truly appreciate that, brother.
Appreciate y'all.
All right, we got NO. Talk to me.
Yeah, Ness, dog. You hear me?
Let me time you, man. Let me time you. You be going over on me, man. This dude be hitting me with all types of topics.
Man, stop my time. I told you this battle rap when I get on this motherfucker, man. Stop my time. You dig? See, bro, Ugas, that boy read Shawn Porter profile on that. The Ugas fight. That read the profile.
How so?
No, that's what you was telling me. My last call, you said Ugas and Granados. That boosted his profile. I mean, so that's why
that's part of the check, though. We told you, like, that's part of the check. That's part of getting him out there, trying to make him a pay-per-view.
He almost lost that shit. How that part of he got hurt.
That wasn't part of the plan. That wasn't part of the plan. You know, he was supposed to look good. Yo, listen, they can only lay the plan out. The fighter still got to fight.
Man, I ain't see all that shit with Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia, though. They jumped in the ring. They did all type of shit to make these. They ain't make this fight happen like that, though. This shit look like it was forced on. It's like, all right, you played around, now it's time to take your fucking medicine now.
No, because everybody got a bully. Remember, Porter jumped in Garcia's ring. Errol jumped in his ring, you know, but it all started with Mosley jumping in Floyd's ring, right? Like, that's how it goes, man.
Why that shit just looked like Garcia, Thurman, all them like though they were willing to fight each other. Well, fuck this dude. Like he got to get it how he live.
I don't know.
You dig?
I don't know.
That's
You ain't
all
get
because
that
Why
we
you
know
feeling?
stuck on
how
it?
it is
Why you
looking
stuck
young.
on that? Why you stuck on that instead of the fact that we got the fight? Now we got him. Finally, we got him the fight he want, and you still
All right,
crying.
but why the energy different? Why the energy change?
How is the
With
energy
that same
different? Talk about the fight, man. Checkmate boxing. What you doing? You killing us. Yo, talk about the fight. How is the energy different? You the one ain't talking about the fight.
Man, come on, you just said it. You just said it a couple of calls ago. How the energy was different, like dog. You told Kenny that. Say,
Yo,
bro, it's not like it was
don't
when you fought Thurman.
don't
You
confuse
fought Garcia.
Nesta. Don't confuse Nesta, the interviewer, with Nest GTO on the show. B
No,
alter ego like
you
Deontay.
the shit that the fan though. You the boxing voice, man. You asking the questions that we ask you all the time. So
Alright,
you
and
been
I asked
hearing
him.
this shit.
And I
Man,
asked
come
him.
on. Let's hear that shit. Stop that, bro.
I
You
ain't
been
asked the
hearing that
question.
shit.
I'm the one asked the question, right? But that's what I'm saying. Just because I asked the question don't mean that's how I feel.
So you telling me you don't feel like his energy different compared to Spence, Thurman, and
Nah,
Garcia?
man, I see my face off, man. I see Porter on track, man. I see what Porter doing.
Man,
I see where Porter coming, man. I'm telling you, man. I see how that's. Look, he on him. You ain't see the face off? He said it started earlier. I ain't saying Shane Mosley was the fucking inception of jumping in the ring, man. I be still using fucking Clubber Lane. What's wrong with these dudes, bruh? I'm telling you, they want me to be wrong so bad they hang on anything. Get your little weirdo butt out of here. We got who is this? Is this Majid? Majid, this your other phone? Who said?
G12 call. Now
Hello?
that's in the ground.
Who this?
Yo.
Yes.
Yo.
Yeah,
this so I think
who's this?
Spence. Spence, he
Who
he ain't no weight
is this?
bully,
I
man.
think it said, yeah, this
Who is this? Sir?
Yeah, hello?
You are on. We just want your name. We want to know who we talking to.
Oh yeah, my bad. Tez. This Tez.
First time caller?
Yes, sir.
First time caller. All right, we're going to have to play this intro. Now we know where we can't even play the intro because we know you're knowing Taz. Where you calling from?
Oh, Ohio. Cleveland.
Ohio. Okay, Ohio, stand up. Go for it.
Yes, sir. Them Browns didn't know. But no,
damn right.
I think Spence, man, I think the only one in the welterweight division that could beat Spence is Crawford. He's the only one that got anything for him. I think Spence is going to move up eventually.
Can I ask
ain't
you,
nobody else.
what are you judging that off?
That Spence moving up. What he said. He said once he unify,
What are
he
you
gonna move up.
judging? What are you judging that Crawford the only one can give him a fight?
Yeah, give him an L potentially. Well, he could switch southpaw, orthodox. He got the skill set. He got the reach. He really got he like the most talented person in the division, honestly. Keith Thurman. I used to think Keith Thurman, but he ain't show up against Pacquiao. He ain't as hungry as he was. So Crawford the only one. He the only one that got that dog in him for real. I mean, people got that dog in him, but he got the dog and he got the talent.
So Shawn don't got no dog in him.
He ain't got the package that Crawford come with. He ain't got the skill set. He ain't got the movement. Crawford got the agility. He a switch hitter.
But
he
Crawford also is
he
moving
got power
up, though.
too. Huh?
He also started at 130. Shawn started at 165.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
Crawford, I mean, he could move up and still be as dominant as he was at 140. He showed it. I mean, they don't want to put him they don't want to put top quality competition in the ring with Crawford because he could get who he could get. I mean, don't nobody want to get in the ring with him. That ain't his fault, so you can't really see what he got until he get in the ring with a Danny Garcia, which is a small welterweight. That's what he should do. But they ducking the ball.
Cut it. Cut it. Cut it.
Crawford fans. Yo. In the D, Stainless, what it do, Boomerang?
What's the business?
Yo, I know it ain't that the topic, but I did want to reach on that Chisora Prograis shit for a second. You could tell when Prograis was saying like we the number one and number two, like that was that man trying to keep it what's that word, cordial. You know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't trying to, you know what I'm saying? And then he said it again, which lets you know he wasn't down. You know what I'm saying? Like I like that cat Prograis. He ain't scared to see you in your face. You know what I'm saying? He get on the internet, talk shit to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, my man was talking shit to McGregor because he challenged what's my man, Mark Wahlberg. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't give a fuck. My man was telling Broner, you want to come down to 140, like, you got to come see me first. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is my division. Like, my man ain't scared. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't scared to talk that shit. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what the UK talking about, but they need to pump their brakes, man. I guess because they losing champions by the second now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, there was. They wanted another. I mean, I didn't expect Regis to act all ignorant. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Yeah, but I don't think he was scared to either. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, absolutely.
I think it was just my man trying to. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's all I got, man. You know, y'all have a good day, man. I'll see y'all on that Film Study Tuesday. I'm off today. So I always say, please make sure that you push your thumbs up. Share this in every episode of the Boxing Voice podcast because it's TBV for life. And if you ain't on Patreon, it's because you stupid. Shout out to El Camino. Peace.
Peace. Checkmate Boxing, what it do?
Another checkmate.
Hello? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I hate this damn Skype. Hey, listen. The other thing with the phone wouldn't let me on. So check this out. I keep people talk about they losing respect because Errol didn't knock Mikey out. Mikey has never lost before. When Triple G is supposed to be this super human and he didn't knock any top people out, nobody's clowning on him.
Stop
that
dumb.
Let me ask you about Kell Brook and
Yo, that's a trash comparison.
Oh, you shut the fuck up. That's not no trash. Tell me how it's a trash comparison.
It is trash. Let me explain why it's trash. When Kell Brook moved up to the classes,
Mikey was on that snack.
He's trying to tell you. You asked him to tell you. You asked him to tell. He's telling you. Why you don't want him to answer? You asked for an answer.
Because I'm thinking y'all gonna cut me off by the time he finished answering without letting me respond.
What?
Go ahead. Never mind, man. Go ahead. I ain't got to explain. Fuck it.
Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead, Mike.
No, all I'm saying is Kell Brook moved up 2 weight classes, got stopped by Triple G. Guillermo Rigondeaux moved up 2 weight classes and got stopped by Lomachenko. We all expected Mikey Garcia to get stopped by Errol Spence. I ain't put money down.
Put Khan in there too. He moved up, got stopped.
But not 2 weight classes though. I mean, he moved up 1.
Boy got flatlined.
Yeah, he did.
Okay. Call you. We gonna call you. Give out passes. Boxing. Your name ain't Checkmate no more. You give out passes now.
Shut up. Listen. Who else? Danny. Not Danny. What? He got knocked out before.
Who?
What's his name? The one on the zone now. The one who went to the zone. What's his?
Vargas. Jesse Vargas.
Used to have the braids. No.
Daniel Jacobs.
Yeah, Jacobs. Jacobs been knocked out before. He didn't get knocked out by. My point is this.
No, yeah. You realize you was making a horrible point.
I'm appreciating that. Earl said, "I'm going to outbox the boxer," and he switched the game up, and y'all not appreciating.
Yo, you know what? He switched up his words, man. Stop trying to not appreciate that.
Oh man. Okay, let me go. And real quick, Shawn Porter is he's going to lose. He's a one-trick pony. If you see when he tried to box against Ugas, he looked it awkward because all he is a pressure guy and boom, 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 boom. He has no boxing with what I call boxing IQ skill. He's a dog. He's tough. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? He's a Vinny Panziana, but he is not a skillful boxer. Errol, I thought he was a one-trick pony, showed us in that Mikey that he can throw 1,080 punches, look skillful, slip punch.
That boy in love, man. Damn, listen, check. I mean, what I say I'm calling from now on.
Check pass.
Make excuses. Make excuses. Give out passes. I mean,
pass
come
me.
on,
Pass
man.
me.
Yo, first of all, the fact he brought up Daniel Jacobs, who got knocked out by a natural 160-pounder at 160, makes no sense in his little analogy or metaphor, man. Everybody moving up. And we can't say everybody, because not everybody do we expect you to get knocked out. But when Canelo moved up the Khan, that was what we expected. And with everyone else, Gennady was a perceived puncher. So, yes, we expected Kell Brook to get knocked out. I had the same energy for all those fights, man. They shouldn't happen, man. But they are necessary evils for, the brand building of someone. That being said, looks like we got to everyone. I am your host, Nestor Gibbs, joined alongside these guys. Catch me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO. And we're going to be doing Film Study Tuesday. I don't know, what should we pick to watch now that... Oh, you didn't watch it. So we could still watch Marcos McDonough Mayweather, or we could choose to watch something that'll be beneficial to the betting show this Friday.
What do we got for this weekend?
This weekend we got Tyson Fury versus Oda Wallace.
Whoa! Listen, let me tell y'all something. Hold up. Yo, hey, listen. This goes out to everybody.
I said that.
Where the Oda
Where they said?
Oh God! Here goes the fucking. If y'all don't know, now y'all know. Doomy is the picker of B-sides. Dude. He loves not the underdog story. He loves the guy that lives under the underdogs.
He live on the first floor. Listen. Keep it. Decision. Let me tell you something, right? For all y'all that thinking that Ottawa Wallen is another Schwartz, you guys are greatly mistaken.
Why? Tell us why, Doomy. Tell us why.
First of all, he has a real trainer. And I'm not saying that Schwartz didn't have a real trainer, but the guy that's training him, which his name is slipping my mind right now. I'll get it for you. But he was trained by Teddy Atlas.
He's so real you don't know his name.
I was looking him up yesterday, and I was just, but I got so many names in my head, bro. Leave me alone.
Dummy.
Yeah.
James said Oda Wallen's no joke.
Oda Wallen last 2 fights. Did you see him?
His last 2 fights?
Yes.
Against Nick Kisner?
Nah. BJ Flores.
Well, that wasn't his last 2 fights.
Yeah, BJ Flores pulled out, so that's one fight that he didn't have. And a fight before that, he got a headbutt in the first round when a guy quit. So the past 6 months, he's not really been active. And going in against Fury, it's a tall task, man. You know what I'm saying?
Well, look, I'm not. Wait a minute, guys. You guys must have misconstrued where I was going with this. I'm not saying that he beats Tyson Fury. What I'm saying is that you're going to see a more competitive fight in Ottawa Wallen. And going back to his training.
With the inactivity, he's had no rounds boxed, dog.
But look, that's what we said about Tyson Fury. 3 years in activity, and he came back fat as hell.
Whoa, no.
He's not beat Vladimir Klitschko. He's not come back from a fucking...
different pedigree.
What I'm saying is that at any given time, bro, a man can rise to the occasion. Alright, so all right, you could throw these inactivities in there.
You just like to love the underdog. That's okay. That's the thing.
Man. Let me just find this man's trainer, because you guys are fucking.
Yo, you still don't know the trainer's name. You still don't know the trainer's name.
He making a case for Oda Wallen today, boy.
Bro, he don't even know the trainer's name. Still, he's like, let me find the trainer's name. Yo, and I swear to God, I heard Demetrius Andrade say that on an interview. He's like, the difference is he's got a trainer. It's just his trainer from Mendoza Boxing. Come on, man, get out of here, bro. He
was too. Look, I'm gonna get the name right now because I'm too busy trying to fight you guys off.
Bro, everybody got a trainer. Barry Hunter's a great trainer. Porter's a great trainer. Everybody's a great trainer. Trainers can't win the fight, man.
Have you seen anything on Otto Wallen? Have you seen his movement?
Yes. I've seen a
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
We seen
the fight. He swung a punch.
Yeah, we coming back with film study, man.
The punch has so much force on it, so much power on it, that he actually missed the punch, and the wind from the punch knocked his opponent down.
You see that shit? That was the coach punch.
Yo, Teddy Atlas went ham on that right there. They had that shit on their shit. They showed that over and over. Like, look. Yeah, man. Yo, Wallen got the payday right here, man. But we got some super chats. Where we left off, we definitely got to Fidel, right?
Boxing Genius.
Yeah, we got one from Boxing Genius. For Mike, great to have you back. We got one from Christoph Boxing, a.k.a. Dominique from Seattle. Let me call in. I'm on break. And we got one from Rick James Jr. Mike looked like the brother from Oz. Laughing emoji.
Which brother? So many brothers. What the hell?
A lot of niggas on Oz.
He talking about you look like Adebisi, dog.
That's what I'm saying. Which brother, bro? Mike got to get the little skull cap rolled up to look like, and he gonna have to shave everything off, right? Adebisi ain't had the beard, I don't think.
Nah, he had a little goatee, sometimes a mustache.
Yo, I know this ain't Untitled, but what's the name of that shit, man? Mike, you watching Better Than Us?
Nah.
And
I haven't even started Snowfall, Mike, on FX.
Yo, I ain't started a lot of shit. I still ain't started Snowfall and others, man, because I just got finished with whatever I just said it was. Better Than Us.
I'm watching motherfucking
Crazy.
Snowfall, yeah.
Crazy.
Football shit.
Oh man, and I didn't even know, but
what?
Condolences to Ottawa, and his dad passed away May 22nd, and I think this is one of the dreams they had together.
I wish I ain't my bad. I just big ups to Ottawa and Dad. You know what I'm saying?
Apparently this was like a dream of theirs, to gain a title, and this is the type of stuff, man, that fuels fighters, man. They just don't sleep. Ottawa's coming in there to fight.
Boy,
but anyway,
motherfucking Andy Ruiz versus Anthony Joshua in this fight, boy. It's the year.
It's the year of the upsets, man.
Hell yeah, you never know what happens. But we got one more call. Let me get to T Plums. Talk to me.
What up, T Plums?
What's good, fellas?
All good.
I just got one problem with y'all doing, man. Y'all doing exactly what Mikey wants y'all to do and give him them brownie points for survival. We all know that Mikey was trying to survive that fight just so niggas could say, niggas could either be like, oh, he won the fight, that delusional crap, or see Errol Spence ain't knock him out. We can't give him points for surviving the fight. He lost every single round of the fight. I mean,
I don't think
we can't take that away from Errol. We can say, okay, he didn't stop him, but
Mikey's performance.
Come on now, one dude said, I totally lost belief in Errol. Like, how the hell you lost belief in the dude that won every single round because he ain't knocked the dude out? Some people don't get knocked out. We don't know. Mike might have the best chin in the world. Like, everybody don't get knocked out when they lose.
And that's fine. This is his first loss. That's fine. Just don't go around here saying that you ain't want the knockout.
Well, okay, I ain't defending that. But also, Mikey didn't move up 2 weight classes. Yes, his last fight was at 135, but his past 3 was at 140.
He started at 126, bro. Come on, man. We ain't gonna do this, are we? Are we gonna do this?
It's not. It don't matter though. But it's not that whole
matter where you started
class to fight Earl stuff because
he
fought
like
at 140 multiple times.
That's like saying Lomachenko right now. If he goes 12 with fucking Errol Spence, we won't have a problem with it.
And what about all the people that was picking Mikey to win though? Like you just all of a sudden it don't matter no more because you ain't get stopped. It's like
so because a bunch of people were picking Mikey. What does that mean? We did not.
It means no. What I'm saying, it means that people just saying, "Oh, Mikey should have been stopped," but like people wasn't picking Mikey, like Mikey just some scrub or something. And that's the problem I got because everybody using that discredit Earl when it's like, dude, y'all was picking this dude to beat me, but I ain't stopping.
You wasn't expecting a knockout?
I mean, I was. I ain't gonna flex, but that don't mean
cut it.
2 minutes. I gave him 30 extra seconds just to get the truth out of him, bro. Come on. That one white boy, John, talk to me.
What up, John?
My bad, y'all. Shit.
To hang up on y'all for a little bit, but I missed probably the last 15, 20 minutes of what y'all was talking about. But hey, Porter's got a lot of heart, man. He's gonna come in with a lot of heart and determination. Spence is in for a night. This is fight of the year. You know, it came kind of early. I don't know. Probably Ruiz and Joshua will probably be fight of the year. But this one's potentially fight of the year. This is gonna be fireworks, man. If he came out like he did versus Thurman, and if old boy Errol he's got that power like he says he does, and he's gonna put him down, then it's gonna be a great fight. But anyways, I gotta grab some lunch and stuff. Great show today. Shout out to everybody on TBV. I'll catch you guys on the next show.
All right, champ. Appreciate you calling.
All right. Well, that's everyone. Want to thank everyone for tuning in. Catch us on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe right here at youtube.com/The Boxing Voice for the next one. I got a few things planned as long as the time is available and we can get the schedules together. We can do a couple other shows right here on YouTube, and we definitely want to do Film Study Tuesday on Patreon here in the next few minutes, so you can join us on patreon.com/The Boxing Voice. I'm your host, Nestor Gibbs. Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO.
Gross1911 on IG and Gross2312 on Twitter.
You can catch me on IG, Alex_Doomsday_Linus, LAINEZ. Catch me on Twitter, AlexLinusTBV. And remember, head out to our Patreon page where we got all types of exclusive goodies for you guys, all boxing fans. We will be putting up this Film Study Tuesday, right, guys? Just got to make decisions on what exactly we're going to be doing, and we'll be back.
All right. Peace.
Peace.